Yes, guys. Yes, people. Welcome back to another stream. Welcome back to another video. And this is the week where we could potentially be world champions. Potentially. I say that because our team could still let us down the same way they've done the last few months. But we're going to keep the vibes positive because it is still partly a celebratory mood. Edouard Mendy has decided to go and conquer Africa as well as Europe. So we're going to get into everything surrounding Mendy's achievements and also all the transfer news that's come out over the weekend. Pick up everyone that's locked in. Smash the like and subscribe button. Let us know all your thoughts in the comment section below. And let's get into it. Bleeding Blue, start off with you. How's your day been, bro?
It's been going okay. Just went out my mind when Mendy won yesterday because he's the first goalkeeper I think I've ever seen to actually win something with us that I really love. Like, again, I did not start watching Chelsea for a little bit, and this is one of the first goalkeepers I fully love.
I don't blame you.
You didn't love Peter Cech?
I stopped. 2016 is when I started watching Chelsea.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
2016, new blood. Fair enough.
Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah, you grew up with Thibaut Courtois, so I don't blame you then.
Oh,
Thibaut Kappa.
Well,
That's a big step. That's a big step from Thibaut Courtois to that.
Yeah.
yeah, like Courtois, it's just weird for me because I want Madrid to succeed for Hazard, but I don't want them to succeed for Courtois, so it's a bit weird. But yeah, at least you got your first goalkeeper to love. Alex, what are you saying, bro?
I'm good, but I'm like a secondary good, so not as good as some people, but good enough for some people, if you know what I mean.
You're just getting
I'm
by.
gonna fucking get in my agenda. I'm like, what the fuck is it in the morning, man?
Man's changed his name again
Anyway.
to King Mist. Can't be asked.
Anyway,
Pavelo, what are you
move.
saying, bro?
yeah, I'm cool. I'm chilling. It's nice that Mendy won the AFCON. Especially, it's nice that he saved that penalty to cut the Mendy cannot save a penalty agenda out there. So it's very good, very good. I'm doing good though.
Yeah, I can't lie. When it went to penalties, I thought Senegal were fucked anyway. But now he started to add penalty saving to his resume. He's starting to fully round himself if he wasn't already one of the best goalkeepers in Europe. Andrew, what are you telling me? You good?
Yeah, man, I'm good. I'm just so glad that Eden Hazard's secondary job of being a property developer is all good, seeing as he's in these Liverpool fans' heads all the time. It's lovely to hear and see that a guy who left the Premier League 3 years ago is still in their heads and they're still trying to compare all their players to him or trying to insult his legacy and all that. I've been listening to a lot today about how Mane is better than him legacy-wise of everything and like that. And it's like, it's so nice because I know why they're doing it because he tore them to shreds generally. So I know that's hard for them to overcome and everything like that, but it's so nice that he can rest assured that he's got plenty of places to stay when he comes back to England because it'll all be in Liverpool fans' heads. So, it's all good.
Exactly. And you know how good you have to be when they're still trying to compare you to players and you've left England like literally 3 years ago. It's ridiculous, but it just shows how brilliant he was when we were in the Premier League. Keep the comparisons going because all that does is remind us of how brilliant Eden Hazard used to be when he was at Chelsea Football Club. So I don't even care too much about it. It's the same thing that happens every year. Liverpool fans go from talking about winning the Premier League and winning to the Champions League to just talking about how much their players are better than Eden Hazard. It's the same thing that happens every year.
Did they do this with Gareth Bale?
What?
And
No,
he
I
left
didn't
it.
do this with Bale.
Exactly.
I don't see anyone comparing strikers to Aguero or anything like that.
Yeah.
But they compare him to Eden Hazard because he's levels. He's the standard. And they want their players to be at that level too. But Stat Padder ain't getting there. And neither is Mane. So it is
What about Gareth Bale? What were you? I don't understand why Gareth
Because that's
Bale is
one
in
more point. Do they do the comparing like when Gareth Bale
Because
left?
he's Welsh.
Huh?
Oh, yeah.
Because he's
because
Welsh.
Rashford's Welsh, that's
No,
why.
I didn't even think it like that. I'm just saying, did they do the same with like Eden Hazard? No, they didn't. Because Hazard's levels clearly,
And also because Bale played for Tottenham, so Tottenham tax.
I guess.
That is what it is. Josh, what are you telling me, bro?
Yeah, man. I guess that's what happens when you fail with your Salah versus Hazard debate. You got to start running some Mane prop. So, yeah, fail on both ends there. Yeah, congratulations to Big Edo and Senegal. It's big for him, but also big for that country as well. it's an important trophy, and I think it's his story is an incredible story, man. I don't think it gets talked about enough. He's a fantastic human being and player, and hopefully he's back in time to raise that Club World Cup for us in a couple of days. So we'll hopefully get him on a plane ASAP and get him back into the squad, because I think he'll be key to getting that done. But yeah, big up to him, big up to everyone who won the African Cup of Nations this weekend. It was well deserved.
Yeah, damn right. Big up Senegal as well every damn time. Jesters, what are you saying, bro?
Yeah, sorry, I woke up a little bit late today. The bed was really hot and warm and cozy. I didn't want to get up in
It
the
is
cold.
what it is.
Sometimes you just gotta stay in there. Plus, I gotta go to work today. Yeah, I'm not gonna talk about the liver fools on the timeline, because who cares? Once Klopp leaves, they're gonna be a dead team again. So they're not our rivals. Once Klopp leaves, they'll drop back down to mid-table. Yeah, big up to Edu doing his thing. I didn't get to watch any of the African Cup of Nations because I don't know what channel they had it on in the States, if they did.
Fox 2.
Huh?
It was on Fox 2.
I
Fox
was on
Sports
Fox
or
2. I don't think
FX2,
I get
yeah.
Fox 2, but yeah. Great accomplishment. Just keep the prop rolling, and hopefully we can get some of that to rub off on some of our strikers and attacking players, because they are crap right now.
Damn fucking
And if you want to
right.
find out how I rated Callum and Lukaku, I did a live stream over at your good friend Lawrence's site after the game, or you can find me on Worldwide Chelsea podcasts. We did a podcast after the game too. So there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If
big
you
up
want-
my guy Loz every time as well. Check out his
Yeah.
channel if you haven't done so already. Oh fuck, I've confused everything by moving it around. Daniel, what are you telling
I
me,
was
bro? You
thinking.
all good? Oh,
Uh-oh.
Daniel's not here.
Yeah,
Oh,
man.
he is here.
Yeah, man. All good. All good. Congrats to Mendy and all that. I'm just glad Salah lost, really.
Yeah.
Once Nigeria was out, I kind of forgot the AFCON was still going. I think that's because we have like main character syndrome. So I thought like once Nigeria was out, they'll like cancel it, but somehow they didn't cancel it. They kept playing. Congrats to Mendy, he won. That was great. He saved the penalty. You know what I mean? He's making his case for the Yashin bullshit that he should have won last year, but he
Yashin
needs that
is
this year.
bullshit.
It's bullshit. They should have won it last year.
Yeah, no question.
Oh, I thought you called the Yashin trophies a bullshit. I was like, please don't say that.
No, I'm saying no. He should have won it last year, but
Yeah.
they were saying international trophies count, but now he has it, so you can't
Yeah.
say
Yeah.
he should win it this year. But apart from that, it was good, man. Salah was in the mud. He was crying again. I love that. When he cries, it's like an NFT. You know them NFT bullshit. That's him crying as an NFT, man. That's what he is. Man.
Damn right. Who else we going through?
You got
Yeah,
Chris and King Mist.
Yeah, Chris, what are you telling me, my bro?
Yeah, I'm doing pretty good.
We already went through him.
Did we?
No, he just popped in to talk about Bale for a
you were
second, didn't
talking
he?
over somebody else. See, I'm gonna do that to you. We're talking about Welsh Gareth Bale.
No,
We
oh
didn't
my
talk
God, it wasn't
about
even about
Gareth
being
Bale.
Welsh. I was, yeah, you know what? Yeah, I'm good. We beat the mighty
just-
Plymouth. Mendy got us another trophy. There we go. All good.
Let's go. And last but not least, whatever your name is this week, King Mist, what are you telling me, bro?
Yeah, I'm good, obviously. Big up to Mendy, winning AFCON. But I wanted Salah, I wanted Egypt to win, not gonna lie. I was pretty upset. But we move.
Are you a
We're
Jet?
happy that you got upset.
Are you a Jet fan?
W's the
Doku
fucking
Doku.
best, man.
That'll be us, man.
No, I
Right.
don't think he is.
As we've
I don't
already
think-
said, Mendy won AFCON, also got
By the-
given his Goalkeeper of the Year award as well.
I just
Big up to Edouard
I-
Mendy.
I was on Flawless with Andrew, and it was a stream watch along, and I was like, please just show me one time, Mendy, show me. Remember that one time? I just want to see it one time Mendy to save the penalty, and he did.
History.
I was like, I
History.
saw it all. I've saw it all. I was jumping. I've seen it all.
I think that's a tough outlet. Like, hey, penalties are fucking tough, man. Like these guys, like I don't think there's anybody who's just like. I don't think. Yeah, come on, he saved a female shot against a Plymouth striker. Like
but Kepa saves penalties every shootout and pretty much saves.
Very good. You gotta add Chris. Why do you have to add Kepa, man? You always got.
I said not unless you Kepa because Kepa makes it look easy.
You're one of those. You're one of those with that.
Because
let's not forget. Let's not forget a couple seasons ago, Kepa was a guy who was getting subbed off for pens in favor of Willie Caballero. So, like, it's not an easy thing to do to save pens.
He said no.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, so let's get this clear. Because you like one keeper doesn't mean you have to hate on the other one. Just like any other player on the team. Just because you have your favorite, that doesn't mean the other one's automatically trash.
Well,
I mean,
don't you remember the days of Kudachini and Czech?
I like
unless you play left wing,
but Jennifer is automatically becomes trash no matter what.
No. I made the exception. If it's Callum, he is trash. So, you just gotta call a spade sometimes.
He's not trash.
Yeah,
he is trash.
He's not.
He is.
He got pocketed by Plymouth Argyle.
So
like people saying that he was good before he got injured. I was still watching then, and I was still thinking that he was trash.
He was.
Ziyech is never gonna play another football in his life.
He had a couple of good runs when Europa when he first came on the scene, but that's it.
Yeah, that's it. Once he got the injury, he lost his explosiveness.
Exactly.
He doesn't look as quick as he was.
Lewis, let's not do the explosiveness, please.
No, he was a lot quicker before that injury.
Yeah,
exactly. I was watching like some of his plays in 18-19. He looks like
that's how you feel, Alex.
Yeah.
Damn. I mean, he did get bigger.
I never liked him. You can look at my.
Yeah, to be fair, he did bulk up a little bit as well.
He did bulk up. So
I didn't like him before he was injured. No, Daniel.
But really, he just got.
Never liked Cho for some
reason. So you were
another far post ball.
So you were hating on the 18-year-old?
No, I wasn't hating. Like hate is a big word. I just never got the hype. I never got the hype that people are saying. Like,
I'll tell you what. It's not all English people because I've talked.
No. Plus, there's another big thing for me. The big factor that actually did trigger me against Cho is the way he treated Chelsea. Like I said before about his contract, we lost Amy because of it. We have a problem with the salary based on him. He's the one that
might be directly causing the AC and Rudiger.
Cousin Ace, exactly. Yes, he's the cousin of those high prices, high wages.
Lewis, you too?
No, I'm taking a piss, man. Fucking hell. You know me. I'm playing around half the time.
That's not why this whole time.
I'm sorry. This kid gets more excuses. And look, I've talked to other English people who support other teams, and they don't get the Callum thing either. It's only Chelsea fans that hype this kid up. Nobody outside of Chelsea fans think he's good.
Okay.
Nobody.
Okay, but he's not bad. He's not.
Okay.
Trash.
What a 3-point for them. Like, who cares what they think?
What's your point?
Well, no.
What's your point?
That just means that if you think he's good, you're a small minority of not only the English population but the world population. And I don't think you're bigger.
No. He has the streets. He has the streets in Ghana, bro. He has the streets in Ghana.
Garbage.
Nobody cares, bro.
He's not garbage.
He is trash.
He has the streets in Ghana, bro.
He is
what
trash.
y'all know about that?
The streets are
I don't care. He's trash.
Not Cho.
Michael Essien loaned it to him.
No, he didn't.
No,
he shut up.
He tried loaning it to Party, but Party lost it.
No. Party couldn't handle it. He couldn't handle it.
That super chat says it all, man.
Even most Chelsea fans don't rate Cho, says AV. I'll be real.
Y'all some haters, man.
I'll be real. Since the start of December, I've kept quiet on a lot of my Cho opinions because he has not been producing the performances.
Bro, he's again. I saw a thing on Twitter. It's like, oh, he doesn't got that many minutes in the Premier League. That's why he's only got 4 or 5 goals.
He's had 2 months. He's had 3 months now playing in his preferred position of left wing.
Yes,
I haven't
that-
seen any improvement.
By the
So-
way, FYI, Robin Loftus-Cheek had actually same injury as him, actually worse injury than him.
And he's holding
Robin
bench.
He's a worse player. What is it?
No, he's not
RLC
a worse
sucks,
player
bro.
either. No, he doesn't. What?
Yeah, honestly, I don't think he's a worse player than Callum. If I'm being
No, he's
perfectly
not.
honest.
Come on. Let's be real. He's not worse. He's not worse than Callum.
Hey,
Be
you
real.
better-
I
you better
don't
put
think- I don't think
RLC
so.
Not much
in
of a
there.
difference.
All right,
Because
so
I don't think Mount's
Ruben has
playing
not
very
even
much in
played
this
on
Club
the.
World Cup.
Oh,
Ruben
Ruben's
has
holding
not even
bench,
playing on the
man.
left
So
center mid. That's
Cho's a
he
whole
plays left
bench.
center mid. He's been
Nah,
playing
Cho
like
started.
double
We on about.
pivot.
bro, Cho should not. touch
Yeah,
this team.
you made
Yes, he should.
Ipoku Doku. You made it right. Cho started.
It's
Yeah,
King
you
Mist.
proved
It's
us
King
wrong.
Mist.
He
King Mist.
definitely started. That's why we're so happy about it, because he's definitely started.
He will start.
Yeah, I'm saying like, yeah, he's starting.
Yeah,
We
he
paying
is.
dividends for that starts though. We the ones that
And
paying
also,
for that
I don't
start.
think he played bad.
Yeah,
against
so
Plymouth.
this is I'm like this is what you get.
This
You
is
want him to
when I
start.
don't
This is
understand.
what you
Nah.
get.
Listen, I think because some people are vastly overrated, Cho. And it's even you see some of the elements with other players in a team. When some people vastly overrate somebody, it's like the hate for that person also hits a different level. I don't think Cho has ever been as good as people have said he is, but he's not as bad as people are saying.
I'm not saying
He's a young
bad
player.
as
He's in the
people
same.
saying
He's in the same level as most young players. He's not above. He's not
No.
under. He's
No,
the same
Jaden
level.
Sancho
Dan is
better
not
at
a
that
starter.
age.
He's not a
Christian
starter for
Joseph
Chelsea
was better
Football
at
Club.
that age.
Jadon Sancho has like 1 goal in 20 PL games. Like, what are we saying here?
No, Daniel. Sorry, but he's not the same as Saka. He's not RLC. He's not as a Foden. He's not.
Okay, those are above. Again, those are above regular young players. They're performing above their like age. They're performing like they're 25. That's what you have to
Okay,
understand.
Daniel.
No,
Quick question. Does Cho even make top 50
In
young
terms of
players
their
in the
production.
planet? No. Wait. Let me ask this
Top
question.
50? Come on, don't do that.
He does not make top 50.
Come on now.
He makes top
Yes,
50.
he
I'll stand
does.
up for that. He makes top 50.
He does.
Top
Where?
50 young players?
In
Top
what?
50 young players.
Out of
Yes, it does. Out of how many players?
yeah, you make the top 50 if you only rate English players that could be also a Ghana player. He makes top 50. That's it.
Nah, he makes top
I mean, it's
50.
not hard to
Period.
hate top
That's not
50.
it.
I can
It's
go
not
on
hard to make
FIFA
top
right
50
now
young
and
players.
pick 50 better on young players than him.
Go then.
All right, bet.
Well, you got
And
Foden.
the-
Big up what
the-
people saying. Where are the people saying Mendy should watch his back? I haven't really heard from Johnny
They
yet.
crawled back in their hole.
Hey,
again.
Monster,
That's what they want.
thank
Big
you,
up
man.
yourself.
Okay, can I ask you guys a question? Is Pedri in this top 50?
Pedri's
Yes.
better than Callum.
Like Pedri's like top 10, right? You guys are saying the young players?
No, Pedri's better than Callum. I watched him score.
I'm asking, is he?
That was Gabby, actually.
Pedro has like 1 goal in 90 games.
He's
That
a
was
center
Gabby.
mid. He's
Yeah,
younger.
he's a
and he's a center
midfielder
mid.
too.
That's cool, but Cho was playing right wing back. You guys seem to forget that.
I don't. That narrative.
You
I
see,
don't
you
like.
wanna
If he played right
do the
wing
center
back,
mid?
maybe like
Y'all want to
5
do the
times,
center
bro.
mid shit? Nah, it wasn't 5 times.
And that's
Stop.
why he
It's
has
not- it's not
all
that
those
much,
assists
Dan. It's
because
not
he was
that
playing
much.
right wing back. If he didn't play right wing back, he wouldn't have all those assists either.
That's not true.
I hear
That
this
is
shit
true.
too much, where it's
That's
like,
not
oh,
true.
he's
That's
played.
not
He played a large majority of the game. He has. Not
Okay,
played
where's
a
the
large
assist
majority
for
of
where's the
games
assist
at
for
right wing back.
Pedri then? Where's the assist for Pedri?
Why are you taking a center midfielder and
I'm saying we're talking about it's
No.
the production level that doesn't make him top 50. Like
No.
he can't even like what are we saying here? Like even
It's
the
the
top
skill set.
even the top of the top
skill set
aren't
that makes him not top
producing
50.
either.
He doesn't have a skill
Man,
set
he's
to put
top-
him in the
he's
top
top
50.
Well,
He's top
people's
50.
wish came true. We're not talking
He's top
about
50.
Lukaku,
He's top
definitely.
50.
No, he's not. Tell me what he's good at. Please, somebody
top
explain
50.
to me what he is so good at that he needs to be on the field.
Hudson-Odoi.
Well, tell me what the rest of them are good at to be top
I
50.
will if you
Jake
answer
on,
my question first. Quit bringing another player. up.
No, because that's why would I bring them up? Because that's what's comparing to. It's top 50
Dan,
for a reason,
Kai
right?
Havertz had an assist in like
It's a
5
ranking.
minutes on the pitch.
Skill set, and you bring up other
So what I
players.
said, man.
He has those skill sets.
Listen, he has the IQ to play at this level, man. You're playing for Chelsea Football
Oh
Club.
my
You know what I mean?
gosh.
You're
No,
producing
no,
decent
no.
performances.
He
No,
does
hold
what
on. You're
he's supposed to
producing
do.
decent performances. You know what I'm saying? And he's, you know what I mean? His ball progression is good.
Everybody just said how terrible
His
he
ball
was against
retention.
Plymouth.
No, hold on. Let me finish. His ball progression is. We're saying generally. Don't use one game. We're saying generally, right? His ball progression is good. His ball retention is good, right? He needs to improve in other areas, of course, but all of them on that list need to improve in a lot of areas too. That's what I'm saying. So you can't tell me he's not even top 30. I'll put him top 30.
I'll put him top 20.
Well, you can put him where you
Oh,
want.
slow down. Don't put him top 30.
I'll put him top 15.
That's what I'll put him.
Are you forgetting?
That's cool, but
It's definitely top 20. Come on now.
I don't know about top 20. Relax, bro. I'm trying to make a case.
You've got like
Not
Pedro
told
You,
Carlo,
you guys couldn't
wait,
fucking
wait,
name
wait.
20 dudes under 23 years old.
Yeah.
Pedro,
What are you talking about? Top 20.
Lit.
Yeah.
Nah, I'll name that right now. What's up? What are we doing? What are we doing?
Aye, name the top 20 then.
I can
Name the
hear
top
you
20.
clicking on your keyboard.
I
can
can name 20,
No,
bro.
no, stop. Top 20. I want to hear the top 20. Let's go.
From who?
First to best.
Yeah, or from wherever you think Cho is and everyone above him.
Yeah,
I mean, I think Cho's 15.
go on.
Hey, is Harvey Bale better than Cho?
Yo, let's not do this, bro.
Who?
Let's move on.
Yeah.
Listen, like I said, I didn't say top 20.
I literally can hear the keyboards
I'm
clicking.
the lead. I'm the lead lawyer. Listen.
Top 20 youth players.
I'm the lead lawyer here.
Yeah,
Don't
but
listen
that
to all
already
these
had
side
the
characters.
use
They're not
surgery.
making
I
no
can
case
hear
for.
shit now.
They're not making no case for Cho. I'm making a case.
You're giving him
You
time.
keep. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about no list.
Whose keyboard was that?
I don't know.
Whose keyboard was that?
It's probably Josh. He's at work.
Oh, it's probably,
Yeah,
it's probably
I'm
Josh
typing.
or Andrew, to be honest.
I'm typing, but I'm not looking that shit up because I don't care.
No,
that
no,
much
I
about it, to
only
be
said
honest with you.
Andrew because you have a habit of button mashing like
Come
mad.
on, give the list. Give
You
the
move
list.
like you're beefing your keyboard half the time.
Who?
Because it won't do what I
Andrew.
want. No,
Give your top 15 list.
Me?
Because this is how people
Yes,
look
you.
when we type.
Let's
Well,
go.
mine's
Like playing the
I
piano
have
or
a
something.
mechanical
I am very
keyboard,
curious.
so-
Big
I'm
up
okay.
AV who says Loftus-Cheek always inspires more confidence than Cho. Not sure if Ruben is Chelsea quality, but 10 times better than Cho. He's applied his skills more
Not
this
facts.
season than I've seen from from Hudson-Odoi. I will give that. He ain't in good form either. AV said Cho can't cross the damn ball.
He's
You
also
get-
27. Like, what's up?
He's not 27.
He's like
Ruben
25.
is like 27, bro.
He's 25.
26.
Kennedy.
He's 26. Okay, he's 26.
Oh, he's 26.
He's 26.
Fair
Was that
enough.
27?
Okay, I was one.
You and over. You're disqualified.
I was 1 year off.
I feel like
It's not a. Well, so did we. We said 25, so he's 26.
He's 26. There you go. He's still old as shit. What are you talking about? That's a grown. That's a grown man.
Right.
That's a grown man. He has a
Right,
four.
man.
Listen, he has a 401k. He has a retirement set. He's paying for that right now. He needs to. He needs to step up.
Artem
People-
also
It's not a,
says Ziyech's
it's not a
back
Price
hurts.
is Right,
One
man.
second. Artem says
Step up,
Ziyech's
bro.
back hurts from carrying two other bums in the front line. I can't tell if that's Lukaku or Akinfenwa in Chelsea striker position. Alright, let's respect Akinfenwa, man. Let's give
Lukaku.
Akinfenwa his props.
That's not.
Yeah,
Going
he's
into
not
the
that ball
process
across the six.
Was laughing at Salah crying, but then I remembered we spent 100 million on the Belgian Biggie Smalls, and I started crying. Mad. Hey, let's respect Biggie Smalls, man.
You shouldn't laugh when someone
He
cries.
probably has better work rate.
Yeah, big finishes that.
Why not? Why can't laugh at someone crying?
I'll give him that.
Why can't why can't I laugh?
Any.
By the way,
Jeez.
Daniel, didn't you? Watch
Yeah,
Lukaku?
like decades
Okay,
ago.
well, yeah, then he definitely.
So?
In the beginning, to sign, did you? Or did you?
Yeah, of
I
course.
think you
Yeah,
did.
100%. Yeah.
Bro,
What that mean?
oh my.
No, nothing. I've like.
Oh, okay. I'm saying, like-
No.
Yeah, man. Listen, I'm
not
evidence.
I'm not the one.
I'm evidence based, man. I work with
No,
data
no, no,
every
no,
day.
no.
When you present me with new data that you're ass cheeks,
Yeah.
I have to reassess things that have happened.
Yeah.
And
That's why.
we have
That's
to-
why I don't blame people. Like people.
and we have to
like-
decide on a loan to Atletico Madrid. That's what I'm
You see-
saying.
No. Look, here's the difference. When people said that, I wanted Lukaku, but then they see what's going on and they're like, I was wrong. That's fine. But there's people that wanted Lukaku and still trying to defend him and shit. That I can't help it. You know what I'm saying? That's a difference.
Yeah, I've tried to defend Lukaku, but I can't defend the performances I've seen.
I mean,
since
listen,
he-
if they want to defend him, that's on them. Chris is still
Yeah,
buying
yeah.
stocks. That's cool.
I'm
Like,
here
Yeah.
one of those. I'm here one of those.
Chris still buying low stocks.
buy the stocks,
I'm here
man.
one of
I
those.
respect
Look
it.
like
No, he's a
behind.
Kepper and Werner stan. He's used to low
Oh my
stock.
god. Hey, Kepper's, look at Kepper now. Look
That
at him now.
explains it.
So,
Yeah.
by the way,
Some risen. Fair enough. Some are still
I
like.
was backing
Werner
Kepa
stuff.
too. I didn't.
So you
I'm
got
not
one as
saying
well?
he's the greatest goalkeeper ever, but I didn't think he was that bad as it was after Lampard season. It wasn't. I knew he was better than that. That's all.
Yeah.
Can
Nah,
we
for me,
also have-
2021, he still stunk. But this
Yeah,
season,
I will say about the. Go ahead, Justin.
we need to
No,
take a
there's
moment.
people on this panel think that he wasn't good enough to be number 2 for Chelsea. I know you freaking frauds. I know you by name. I'm not gonna bring it up, but I know you called him and said he's not as good as the number 2.
I said it.
We need to take a moment to.
I just say he's not number 1.
Yeah, we need to
Like,
take a
go on,
moment
Justice.
to a moment of silence for Leicester Football Club because they're actually dead. They got drilled 4-1 by
Again, Lou, I know your boys are Neil, but again, Leicester don't deserve a voice anymore, my man. He's got to leave.
Why you always got this energy for Neil, man? Neil's a good guy.
It's not Neil specifically. It's the football club in general. They don't deserve a voice at this time. Okay, they're so bad. They're so fucking bad. You might as well have like a Wolves correspondent on there or something, or have somebody from Brighton on there. Like they're so bad.
If we can break into the top 6, we might add one. I'll be real.
It's like a top. It's like a top 6 and Spurs on there and.
No, Spurs.
Yeah, Spurs and Arsenal are there too, and they don't deserve voices either. If we're being honest.
You're correct.
Like,
because you got the dude that looks like
anyway,
an uncircumcised
congratulations.
chode on there.
Mate, I'd have it that
Anyway.
way too, Lewis. 5 years
no,
later.
but Nottingham Forest and Leicester's a big derby, though, so I'm not surprised Nottingham Forest turned up like that. It's just
4-1?
Leicester should have turned up. Leicester didn't turn up. Leicester been shit, man. And Rodgers needs to get cut immediately, in my opinion.
Yeah,
Because a very good Leicester City team.
I think his
that
links
FA
with Man
Cup,
United turned his head a little bit.
No, it's just he's the same. He stays at a club for a while, and then he struggles to get things out of them after the second season. It's like Jose Mourinho light without any of the motivation, any of the fucking energy in the press conferences, or any of the personality. That's Brendan Rodgers.
I tweeted yesterday like a conversation with the Russian guy in the Russian chat, like we have a Chelsea chat. I'm gonna translate because I don't think people Googled it, so I want to see if the funny part about it that I was actually.
It's shocking he's still in a job.
So anyway, here I'm gonna like Lewis. Should I? Yeah, let me send you, and I'll explain what the review of Chelsea so far been.
While Alex is doing that, can I just?
You can share screen if you want, and I can pull it up here.
I don't know.
I just want to say one thing about the.
It's at the bottom of the StreamYard thing where it's got stop cam, mute. There's a button called share.
Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, I just want to say one thing about the Plymouth game because I didn't get a chance to call in the other day, but I thought Ziyech and Mao I thought were incredible in that game, man. And if Lukaku was even remotely capable, Mount probably has 3 assists in that game. Like Ziyech, same.
And true.
And I heard some people talk like giving a little bit of slack to Mount in that game. I thought it was completely unjustified. He was very good in that game, man, and he made like 2 or 3 just brilliant passes.
Just think at this point.
Aside from those 2, it was horseshit.
Well, if we had a left winger who could make far post runs,
Ziyech was laying some absolute dimes. Yeah, no question.
And that's the thing. You talk about IQ. Well, where's the back post runs? Where's the near post?
The hate is real.
None of that crap happened. And Ziyech is putting balls in, and
that's true. He couldn't make it because he was worried about Sarr at left back. I wanted to make sure he could still help him out there.
Is that the excuse we're going with now?
Apparently, we needed to worry about the Plymouth.
I mean, you're not lying though. His off-ball movement just sucks.
By the way, we're playing the guy that that destroyed our team for West Brom.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Pereira. Yeah.
Well, Thiago Silva better not be playing then.
They have a Gallo too. He used to be a decent striker. Yeah.
Lewis, are you ready to put it up so I can translate for people, which is I think is really.
Yeah. I was gonna ask you wanted to translate because I'm.
Lewis, give it a shot.
It's in Russian.
Where am I meant to start giving it a start?
Here's the fun. It says the checks are what happened good this season, and of course the red crosses are not. So I'm start with the first one. First one is as Chalaba's debut. He scored in Premier League and Championship League. That's a good thing happened this season. The the second good check that happened this season. Finally, Christensen scored the goal.
See?
He made the Russian chat. Hat trick for Mount. The first hat trick for Mount that happened this season.
Minerals.
Yeah. The after that it was fourth, and it says the Alonso finally stopped a cross going into the box. That's a good thing that
Oh,
happened this
fucking
season.
hell.
Oh my god.
We finally had the clean sheet by starting Kepa in the goal.
Oh, did he not get a clean? He didn't get a clean sheet with us last season, did he?
No.
Oh, fucking hell. All right, keep going.
And the last one, the good check was finally Kepa saved the penalty, even though it's not for Chelsea. Oh, he did for Chelsea too, did he?
Yeah, he saved plenty. Yeah, that one.
Yeah, that's the one.
But what's the others? Keep going, because I just got to add someone
Wait,
else in.
who didn't get a clean sheet last season?
So the one that we finished with all good checks. Now with the crosses, Lukaku performed a good game, which is it hadn't happened this season yet. Sarr hasn't scored yet. That's another thing did not happen yet. And the last one, Rudiger, Christensen, and Aspi still did not sign a contract extension. I thought it was pretty brilliant.
You know what?
Check ones.
That's a very good segue as well.
That's a good that's assessment. Basically, that's assessment for the half a season that we had so far. I thought it was pretty funny.
No, that segues perfectly into the Rudiger news as well. We did touch on it a little bit yesterday, but we'll go into it today as well. And this came out sometime last weekend, I think. We didn't have a lot of time to discuss it. And this came from Simon Johnson of The Athletic, saying Rudiger is now seeking a contract of 225k a week, which is an increase on the 200k he wanted from the start of the season. One side is also reporting that Rudiger's rejected a 173k a week contract from Real Madrid. So if that's the case, then he's obviously going to be looking for more from Chelsea's perspective too. And we've said the same thing for both defenders now. And I think it's a case where they're both looking for their worth. Obviously, we want both of them to resign. And we know Marina's situation as well, because she said she isn't going to pay the same amount for attackers that she is going to for defenders. But with also the news that Niklas Sule is now potentially moving to Borussia Dortmund. I
said it long time ago.
All
from the
this
beginning.
money has
Sule
to get put into the defenders
Sule
that we have now.
Ugly.
I don't want
For
Sule
Chelsea.
either. Him to
He's
replace
too
Rudiger
ugly
or
looking
Rayman,
guy.
I don't
He's
want.
not-
He's a short-term option for us.
There is a face control, like you're going into the dance bar or discoteca. You're going in, you have a face control, people, and surely does not match the face control for Chelsea Football Club. He's too ugly.
Ruvain is
I'm just here to be very petty and say Rudiger's being hella snaky.
Yeah, he
Do you not know we had
What a
Cup?
snake, man.
He's just got some balls on him, that's all.
So it's balls now. It's balls. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
But when it's AZ, it's pansy and all of that.
It doesn't matter what we offer him. He will not sign a contract until he becomes a free agent, basically, because he wants to get the best deal. It doesn't necessarily mean he's going to be with Chelsea Football Club. He wants the most money, the biggest signing bonus that he can get for his last contract.
But he already got
career.
the offers, Chester. That's the part. He already got the offers. He knows how much you're worth.
Yeah, wait.
That's
till the
why.
summer.
That's why
Things
he
change.
went down on his Chelsea contract, but now he flopping on Chelsea again, just like Christensen. I
Just
think
wait
we're
till the
both
summer.
using the system and see which one will actually give up, because it depends who. For example, if Christensen sign the contracts first, Rudiger is gonna based on Christensen. If Rudiger signs the contract first, it's gonna be Christensen that's gonna be, how you say it, like based on what contract.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
makes sense.
The only difference
They're
is
both looking at what each other's doing because, like I said from the start, both of them should be on similar wages to each other.
You know, so you know what I think we should do? Listen, here's how you solve this problem. You let both the Wilders go. Like, what are we doing here?
I agree, man.
You re-sign both of them for their right worth.
I'm not giving none of them 200K. So you're telling me if I give Rudiger 200K, I have to give Christensen 200 too?
Yes, because they're both worthy of those wages and there are long-term centre-back options.
Salute. Go make that. Respect. Go make that in Barcelona. Respectful.
The reason I call them ballsy is because both these dudes are playing with fire right now. Like, if they think that they're going to be able to just dangle this shit over the club, and then at some point the club's just kind of going to be like, okay, take the walk, man. Like,
go, bro. What are we doing?
It's not gonna be a red carpet for you when y'all leave. It's it.
Hold that. Go.
I feel like it's different from Christensen though, because Christensen's a young guy, right? He doesn't have to get his max deal right now. But Rudiger is 28 in his prime though, so that's why he's looking for his max contract right now. That's the difference. So like you cannot say,
but you gotta look. Hold on a second.
Rudiger
You gotta look.
200 million.
No. Christensen is 25, right? He's 25.
Yeah.
So whatever happens now, it will put him 4-year contract. It will put him at 29.
Yeah.
So he at 29 will not be same. No. He will not have.
Yes,
same
will.
pool.
I mean, that will be. Look, defenders usually get better late. You know, they're not really the best defenders they are. Like, you know, strikers get good around like 25, 26. But defenders will take a little bit of time to get to 30 years old. And I feel like Christensen will get another payday.
It's a myth. It's a myth. It's a myth. Every player becomes good at about 27, 28.
Okay.
It doesn't matter defender or forward.
It doesn't. Matter of fact, every player becomes good at his own time. It's really we don't know. But my point is.
Well, I agree with you, but it's a percentage. Like out of all 28, 27 is the ones that usually prime age.
Look, but my point is Christensen will get another chance to get a big payday. This is Rudiger's prime. So he's going to take his time. He's going to look at the market. This is about money to him. At the end of the day, he's won a couple trophies. He's a European champion. He's going to take his time. But Christensen, I don't know what he's doing, you know? I feel like, he doesn't feel important in the club. That's why he's saying, okay, I could go to Barcelona and be that number one guy. I could go to Madrid and be the one guy for kind of the same amount of money. But Rudiger, I feel like Rudiger should get paid 200K. I don't know about Christensen.
Let me ask you, sir. Let me ask you a direct question. You Rudiger and I'm Christensen. You go into the board and you're saying, this is your words. This is my last contract. I'm playing in the best of my form. You get the deal, right? I'm Christensen.
Right.
I'm going to the board. And I'm saying, why I cannot match your salary? And the board says, because this is not your last contract. I won same thing you did.
No.
I performed same thing you did.
Okay, so let me answer that. They're not going to say that simple. Obviously, there's more to a contract than just this is your last contract. When you look at it, how the logistics go, obviously. You say the first thing they're going to say, this is your first contract with Chelsea since you were a youth. So we're not going to give you your max contract right now. I mean, I don't know why he's trying to compare himself to Rudiger. Rudiger is a main part in the locker room, a leader on and off the field.
He's better defender. He performed better defense than the Rudiger ever did.
That's a lie. That's a lie. What are you talking about?
What the club will say to Christensen is, bitch, we offered you what you wanted twice and you turned it down. So take the walk.
Fact.
That is not a fact.
Both of them change their stances.
That's an opinion. It's not a fact.
Anyways,
did
not a fact.
Rudiger ever been a different league and been best defender in the league?
I don't know.
What are you talking about?
Exactly.
Talking about the past. I don't care about that. What are you talking?
Put your Mönchengladbach Defender of the Year title on the line or duck out.
Mönchengladbach. What the hell does that have to do with anything?
Bro, listen, you can solve it easily. Let both of them go.
No, you could solve this easily and re-sign both of them.
Nah, they don't deserve it.
They both deserve it. They deserve it more than half of the other players on higher wages than them.
They don't deserve it either.
Just so everybody knows how this works, if everybody's talking, nobody can understand a damn thing.
So if the contract,
I understand it's hard. It's a hard concept, but let's talk one at a time.
So since the contract news broke out, which defenders allowed it to affect them?
Christensen.
Rudiger.
Christensen's had one bad game this season.
No, he's not had one bad game.
Yes, he has.
He got taken off against Plymouth.
He was one of our best defenders. I don't know why he did.
Well,
Sule was getting bodied the whole first half. He was struggling.
Hang on.
No. You know how I get. You know how I will expose all of you in a second. Everybody.
Who's all? Don't add me to that.
I can expose myself.
So my bad. You with me on that, on Rudiger. Where are all of you last season when Rudiger wasn't signing a contract with Chelsea? Where were you? When Chelsea gave him an offer, where were you?
They didn't give a shit because he was ass, man.
With the posters, free Rudiger. Rudiger is the best.
I don't think they did offer him last year.
Yep.
That's why we're here.
No, hold on.
Let me
know
steer
how
back.
sports
Where were
work.
you when Christensen wasn't in the team?
I didn't care if you're living now.
This time last year, I was still running my AC prop. I don't want to hear nothing.
No, Andrew. No. I'm not going to let you go away. I remember what Christensen was before Rudiger came. I remember what Christensen won as a German league before. I remember what Christensen in the Premier League before. I don't remember Rudiger past last year.
Facts.
But that's your memory selection then.
No, that's not my memory selection.
He was good.
Exactly.
He was good in Conte's second season and in Sarri's season.
There he was.
Bring me the facts, and I'll bring you the facts of Christensen.
Andrew just gave us
One
facts.
versus one.
Back two with David Luiz, they only conceded 33 goals in the league.
You guys are making this a Rudiger versus Christensen thing.
Yeah,
I don't care about all that.
I'm saying both should resign.
I say both same thing. Don't get it twisted. I want Rudiger to resign. I want Christensen to resign. But if you're gonna compare two, you need to be accurate.
We're talking about right now.
Fuck it.
Where we last year. We're talking about right now.
Sule's going Dortmund, G. That can't happen.
Right now.
Thank
We are
God
talking
he's
right
going
now.
Dortmund.
And
Yeah, but you're
based
talking
on
about
what
where were we in the past.
Guys, listen. None of us are gonna be able to make them sign, so we're just giving our opinion on it, right? And in my opinion, I think both of them gotta go. Like, listen, we're not giving you're not getting 200K from Chelsea, bro. You don't deserve that.
I'm 100% with
Nah,
Dan on
they
this,
both
man.
deserve it. in my
You don't deserve that.
We didn't get Sule.
200K for doing what?
Defending.
For doing what?
Defending well.
And
That's his
getting
job,
goals.
man.
They get goals and assists as well.
For 1 year?
What?
That's why I hate
For 1 year? So all of you've been paid the other 3 years. You didn't know you could do that? You didn't know you could defend and you could do all that?
Best form ever, and
You forgot you could defend in Arsenal in the FA Cup final? You forgot about that? You forgot you could defend in Barcelona? You forgot? Now you remember, right?
No.
Oh,
Because
I don't respect.
no. Because what did AC do wrong in the FA Cup final?
Respect. Rudiger. I'm talking about.
Yeah. Rudiger got nutmegged by both of them.
Okay, so
that was Zuma.
No,
it was
Zuma.
Rudiger, bro.
No, Zuma got left in a 2v1 because Rudiger ran all the way to the halfway line to stop Bellerin and got nutmegged. AC then had to come out as well to stopped him, and they both went down to the ground injured. Jorginho wasn't tracking back quickly enough, so Zuma got left in a 2v1. If Rudiger doesn't go to the halfway line, then that doesn't get sold. That doesn't happen. If Jorginho tracks back quicker, he stops Lacazette and Zuma can focus on Aubameyang and the goal doesn't happen.
The second part of the Sule, that's who's going to Dortmund now, is that Bayern are now interested in either Christensen or Rudiger. One of them will go to Bayern. One of them will go to Barca most likely.
Respect.
So, look,
let's go, bro.
And it's not always about the contract. It's about the way they were treated inside the clubs. And they both kind of alluded to the way they've been treated. Whether you believe that's right, whether you believe it's wrong, somebody's perception is their reality. If they perceive that they've been mistreated, then in their mind, they have been mistreated. So that's part of the thing, too. Rudiger got stinked for the Lampard thing.
Yep.
And that's on certain people. We're not going to mention maybe some board members. So he wants out because of that. And to stay, he's going to want more money just because of all the crap that's happened to him. Christensen the same way.
And his form.
He's been disrespected.
And also because he's seen other players on higher wages who perform worse than
I
him.
agree with
I
the
think
wages
both of
thing,
them will
right?
go.
And
with the
bring in
wages
Jules
thing.
Koundé.
Oh, how he was treated. So the extra 30K a week will make him feel better. Like he forget
Yes.
everything that happened at Chelsea.
Yes.
Yeah. No, go feel if it's that deep. We really hurt you. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm not
We'll come
sorry.
back to
You
it.
hurt me
No,
too.
it's not. It's not.
I'm
that
not
deep,
sorry.
but it is
We
what
hurt
it
each
is.
other. No, I respect that, but that's for me is not enough. Like we're just talking about if that's enough for him to get 200K. For me, it's not. Like I don't care how hurt you were, or maybe you cried a couple times in the bathroom. That's cool.
So
I respect
what
that.
about his
I
form?
cry
What
too
about
sometimes
his
after I leave work. I'm like, shit, that was a bullshit day. You know, I respect it. You know what I'm saying? I respect. Sometimes you cry, bro. Sometimes you gotta let it out.
You're not a professional footballer, bro. You're not.
Okay, exactly. And I'm not getting paid.
says,
And I'm not getting paid
Monster,
100K a week.
You don't know how it works, though. So
both of you, one sec. Monster says, go check Alex Goldberg's vid with Liam Toomey and Simon Johnson. Mourinho has a policy in place that plays attackers more than defenders. They're not going to give Rudy 200K. I can't lie, this policy thing is bollocks because I think these players deserve it.
It's every club, man. It's every club. It's not Chelsea only.
Dinishan also said, sell Timo and Lukaku and give the defenders the pay. It's not even just them, man. You look at the likes of fucking Ross Barkley, Marcus Alonso. We've got Saul here on 200K a week. Werner, Kepa, Cho, Pulisic as well, to be honest. They're all on wages too high. And this is half the reason why there are sorts of wages.
Let's add to it. That's what we got to do. We got to add to it.
I'd rather give players that actually deserve those wages.
Okay. Let's say this happened. Let's play this out. Let's play this out. Because
it's a marketable thing. You will always pay attackers more.
Everybody does.
That's facts.
Every club. It's every club. It's not only Chelsea. It's every freaking club.
I know, but it's just fucking annoying that we're paying more money to the one part of the pitch that doesn't produce.
You know what's bad?
Our defenders have to score for our attackers.
It's not Chelsea thing. It's everywhere.
Okay, but then now you see why players run down the contracts to be free agents now, right? Because
it's
a Chelsea thing. That's every club thing. Now, so
I understand why Rudiger's doing it. I would do the same thing as a human. I understand why Rudiger's doing, and I said he needs to go where he get best for his family. That's all.
Exactly.
So just to confirm.
Nobody's mad at that. I don't care.
Just to confirm, one sec. Just to confirm. And I'm not saying this as in terms of Alex's opinion or anyone. So you're not a rat if you run down your contract.
No.
Thank you. That's all I wanted. That's all that I wanted. Thank you. Thank you.
In fairness, I don't think either one of these.
You're rat when you say when you're not coming to the training ground.
I don't think either one of these. In fairness, I don't think either one of these guys ran their contract down. I think when Chelsea would normally renew both these guys, neither one of them were playing or in form.
Look, I actually sorry, Josh. I actually not blaming either Rudiger or Christensen for last season not signing a contract because how bad I disliked Lampard as a manager.
Well, and I don't think they were offered contracts last season. I don't think they did.
The reason. He's the reason.
I think
neither of them skipped training, Andrew.
No, that's not only that. He's the reason Cho got such a big contract.
Well, yeah.
Can I say something?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's crazy influence.
One sec. VJ, what are you saying, bro?
what a...
Okay, it's just in context of Premier League, right? Of course, other leagues tend to pay people a lot, like Real Madrid, Barcelona, PSG, and all these clubs, Bayern Munich, and all these clubs. But if you take Premier League, if you look at Premier League wage structures and the wages that we have, as much as I can recollect, we only have 3 people who are paid more than 200K who are a defender in the Premier League. One is John Stones, who's on 250K in Man City, Van Dijk on 220K in Liverpool, Varane on 340K in Man United. Apart from that, there is no defender.
Wait, I'm sorry. Did you just say Varane's on 300K?
340.
Yeah, he's on 340.
Shocking, dude. Shocking.
Don't even get me started on Man United's wage structure.
Yeah,
wasn't Varane bought for free? Wasn't Varane got for free? Or was he?
Yeah, I know he's a free
agent.
No.
I thought he's 40 million.
Oh, yeah, he was 40 million.
Can I say one last thing before I go? Because I have to get ready for work.
Go for it.
I tweeted the other day that Pochettino would be United's new coach this summer. Zinedine Zidane would go to PSG, which means Kane will go to United. Ronaldo will go to PSG. Thus, the direct message I just sent you, Lewis.
Mm-hmm.
And that
Messi back to Barcelona.
That opens up the way to Lukaku to Spurs.
Huh?
Yeah.
Wait.
Lukaku to Tottenham.
What?
Yes.
How does that work?
Because
And
Conte
what?
will be there.
What do you mean? How does that work? It's just gonna go.
Chelsea and Spurs have never been able to agree on players.
It's not going to work.
One way.
Like,
No, that's one way only. The other way. Look, Lukaku went out this summer. His last manager, he was successful, is sitting over in Tottenham. Tottenham are going to have a pile of money that they sold Kane for. I'm saying, if you don't rate Lukaku and you don't think Lukaku's going to do best in the Premier League, why not sell him to Tottenham, get that money, and either use it to develop the team as a whole, bring back Broja as a backup to Havertz, play Havertz as striker, or you go for one Erling Haaland sitting over in Dortmund because you'll have a pile of cash again.
Or swap him for Son.
Or swap for Kane.
Swap for Son.
Yeah, I'll swap him for Son.
I'd rather,
I'd rather swap for Kane if you're really looking for a striker. Why would we?
Kane's still there, yeah.
Because Kane will most likely go take a United.
But the thing is, I think
United.
One thing.
We don't care about United.
What I disagree
Cut the middleman out.
I think Rodgers is going to be United's manager. I think Rodgers is going to be United's manager.
Since
bottle job striker and bottle job manager. You know what? Let him go to United then. It's cool.
Since Roman has been here, I don't think we've had a player go from us to them. It's not happening, guys.
No,
we almost sold Rudiger.
We wouldn't give Tottenham COVID.
No, he stopped it. He said, hell no, we're not selling to them.
No. Rudiger stopped it. Not
no, the club stopped it.
And Lukaku wants to go. We're selling it. I don't care who it is. If they come up with 100
Rudiger did not want it. He said, "I'll stay the last year."
Daniel, does
hold on. This season is not over though. So let's not say Lukaku wants to leave in the summer.
He wants to leave.
Hold on a second. You think Lukaku does not want to leave?
No.
He literally said it. I want to play with.
This season.
Yeah, when he's older.
What if we win the Champions League or something and he just scores a goal? The season is not over and everything could change. I'm telling you. That's how sports work. Something can change the whole season, but
hang on. Two things. One, we're not winning the Champions League this season. That's one. And number two, he is leaving.
Nah, we don't know that.
We are not winning the Champions League.
I'm sure you said that last season. I know you said that last season, right? I know you said that last season. This time.
We got no. Wait. Everybody listen for a second. When we won the Champions League last season, we were a united front with two of the best young fullbacks in the world at our sides. Now we got Marcus Alonso and Azpilicueta as our main right back and left back right now. And we again united.
Take care, Justice.
We are not connected right now as a team because of Lukaku.
Monster, come on the stream. Come on the stream, Monster.
In the Champions League. I will say this with whole heart.
Face your crimes.
If we do, how are you going to pay for this bet?
That's a good question. How are you going to pay for the bet if I win?
Whatever you want, easy.
Venmo.
In all fairness, I agree. Like this season, we don't have to show one of these games. Like
put 100 on it.
Consistently.
Put 100 on it.
Okay, look. But
and we rely on them so much.
If that's Monster in the comment section, Monster would be modded. So if it's not modded, then it's not the real one.
My point is, look.
No, Monster isn't a mod.
February last season, did not know Chelsea was going to win.
No, Monster's modded on here.
No,
I don't think so.
Know that. Exactly. So I mean,
I don't even know what mod it is, but I think it's the little thing that says.
Listen. No, I need a bet that's more.
Then no.
I need a bet that's more daring because this is just like a random. Like this is a higher stake for me, right? So me just moving, I'm gonna win a lot of money for Tur anyway, and I'm winning. I'm winning a lot of money, so I can move it around. But that's not enough. I need, but I need to be a little bigger than that because this is Champions League we're talking about here.
Can I complete the point? Actually?
Wait. Do you think we're gonna win it this year, Daniel?
No, but
Wait. Actually, guys, stop, because VJ was in the middle of a point. Let him finish.
Yeah. So this is the thing, right? We only have 3 defenders who basically paid more than even 200k a week in the Premier League. So if we want 2 players to be getting in Chelsea itself more than 200k, it's almost close to being impossible, because we also rank number 2 in the wages that we are paying the players, which is like secondary to just Manchester United, who are on 222 and we are on 162. Both of the numbers are actually very bad when you look into the context of it. So what I'm trying to say here is the reason why we actually delayed this Rudiger and Christensen contract situation to the final year of their contract, because we now see that we're trying to get this Kante and Jorginho contract at least started, or we're trying to sort it out, or we're at least trying to start it, right? But we're not doing the same thing. Jorginho now, but I mean, okay, Kante, sorry. But then when it comes to these 2 people, the reason why we didn't do that is because that time we actually took a loss for the club itself. The club itself had a huge loss, and we were not able to forecast how we're going to be moving forward. And that's the reason we actually wanted to probably delay the contract extension or anything of that sort, or new contract provision for all these players, the defenders in specific. And now we have it towards the end of the contract situation, where the players have more power to do it, or the power to move outside, because now they are in the final month, 2 of the contract. Okay, now they know they can probably dictate the terms here because they are playing good. Right. So if you look at it from that perspective, one player might probably stay here, but not definitely both of them. And if you look at the competitions that we have right now to compete with these players in terms of the contract situation, I'm not sure if we can do it, because there is already Barcelona who's offering a bit of a good contract for AC, and we've got Bayern and PSG. I'm not sure if PSG is in, but Real Madrid, I guess so, for Rudiger. So when it comes to the final year of the contract, obviously all these Spanish teams and the other other giants are probably going to be lurking for picking up our defender, especially when we won the Champions League. That's why I think maybe we can try and
now
retain
monsters
one,
in the
but
chat.
not every. Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. Cool. Go on, VJ.
All right. So maybe we can probably retain one, but not both of them. It's going to be very, very. It's going to be close to impossible to retain both of them, according to me, in terms of how we support our wage bill. And I don't think so. Chelsea will probably break their defensive wage structure to, just accommodate both AC and Rudiger.
That's why they're on Koundé, right? Because they probably know at least one of them is gone, and they can get Koundé for under 200k a week, probably, and for probably 5-year deal, maybe something in the 140, 150
over
range.
200k a week.
Exactly, because if you
already at Chelsea.
Yeah. Now, if you look at the situation in other Premier League clubs, right?
How much you want
One
to bet?
player is on this higher wages.
Definitely he will. He's
Wait,
taking a
wait,
pay
wait.
cut.
Yes,
One sec. VJ, I want to hear VJ. Go on.
Yeah, so if you look at other clubs, right, one player is on this higher wage structure, the top 4 clubs, one player is on this higher wage, like 350, 200, 220, 250 or something. And the rest of them are actually in 120, 110, 150. That's how they actually balance the defensive budget. But here, if you give both of them 200, with already Ben Chilwell on 190, our defensive bill is going to be like too high, which wouldn't, which kind of, will be against our opponents. And if we spend so much on the defensive side of the pitch, we will not be able to balance the attacking side, because we cannot afford to spend that much on the wage structure. Already we are close to breaking the wage structure. We will soon do it if we keep doing the same thing. We already have one player on 325, 292, 272, 3 players above 250 already, and it's just going to further increase if you equate the inflation along with it. And that's where I think we will try and get one for that 200 range, and the other one, if we possibly can do it within 150 or 160. I don't think so we're going to go past that 160 mark. We'll probably bring in someone who can, who will be able to accommodate in that range, and probably let the other one go.
So you think it's a case that, like, Sule or Kunde would take those lower wages?
I'm not sure what their wage is actually right now. I know for Delict
Kunde
it's
is
close
over
to 250 or
200
something.
now.
Kunde's
it?
already on over 200k a week. So
I'll
that
have to
on
check
top
that.
of the
Wait,
that would be
how-
more than what we spend on AC.
Where are people getting these figures from? How can Sevilla afford to pay him 200k
Right.
a week?
I totally
No, I'm
agree
checking
with
now.
that.
I'm checking
No
now.
chance he's on over
Googled it
200k a
before.
week.
I googled it before.
It was reported that the Chelsea transfer he would be on over 200 a week.
No.
Nah,
Kunde doesn't earn that much. Like, he earns a lot less.
Fam, he's
69k.
probably earning like
okay, then
yeah. So he's
Yeah,
not going
okay,
from
that's not
69
that
to
bad.
200. Man.
Yeah,
Come on.
Okay,
No,
what about
it's
Sula? What
Then
about
this
Sula?
makes sense, right? You just
He's
have
coming to
offer
Chelsea for like
150,
120 or something.
Jules Koundé weekly wage right now is 16,000 euros. This says, according to
For
salary.
real?
Sule's on 115 as well, so they are looking for defenders on lower
How
wage
the fuck
wage
did I
bracket.
Google
Exactly.
it says
So
two-
now it's going to be
200?
on that balance, like 120 to 150. We'll sign one for on that range, and the other one probably will have that 200 to 10.
73k a week is what he's on.
So basically, what we're saying, because of our poor negotiations with attackers over the last 3 or 4 years, we're now going to give up both Rudiger and Christensen as a result of it.
I think
We'll give
Rudiger
him
will
one.
stay.
No.
I think
We'll
Rudiger
give
If they both want those wages, they're both going to be gone.
Well, I mean,
I'm
Christensen
saying-
should not get those wages, though. But
They
Rudiger
both are deserving of those wages, both of
I
them.
don't know, bro. No,
What do you mean? I don't know. They've both been brilliant since Tuchel's come in.
Hold on, hold on, Lewis. Stop putting Christensen and Rudiger at the same point.
They are on the same level.
Bro. No, it's not. No, they're
Yeah.
not. No, it's especially not. Look, all right. I mean, look. At the end of the day, it's not the way we see them. It's the way Chelsea sees them, right? And maybe I don't think Chelsea sees Christensen and Rudiger at the same, position, like as in the negotiation or structure of what they're trying to do. Because I feel like Rudiger definitely might deserve close to 200k than Christensen. If Christensen wants to leave, I understand, but like Rudiger being a leader in the dressing room too, we cannot forget about that. Like I feel like he's a big figure in Chelsea right now in the sense of the dressing room, and people respect him in there. And like on and off the field, he's a good person and he's a good
I
defender.
mean, we could say he's the leader in the dressing room, but all I've heard over the last year is Rudiger fighting players.
He was, he was
Fighting.
also accused of.
Yeah, I've heard of a beef with Aspilicueta, beef with Kepa.
Okay.
Abuse of youngsters.
There's a lot of times Terry, you heard about Terry doing things like fighting
Slap
players.
him in the back of the head.
We call
Man.
we call him mentality. We call him a big mentality. Now it's he's fighting players. Maybe he's mad that we're losing. Rudiger has that aggressive.
Nah, he was mad that he was
Okay, so he's
getting
angry at Rudiger that we're losing, so he goes after our goalkeeper that barely starts.
My point is, look, right? We do not believe you, so you believe in everything Matt Law said because you guys are wishy-washy about it. Sometimes
No, I believe you read between the lines. I think that there's a lot of clickbait in the articles that you read, but I also believe that there has to be some truth. There's no smoke without fire.
Okay, but Abraham came out and said
The club asked him to do that. The club asked him to do that.
Club had, bro. I mean, you can't say that because like
You can. Monster CFC told me that he had some DMs. You know what I mean? And it was clear.
It's obvious the club asked him to do that. What? It came out of nowhere. It's just there to quell all the rumors that have come out based off that article.
Because it was on Abraham. He said guys in the attack, some young guys are getting bullied by Rudiger, and that's why obviously someone like Abraham probably a guy that'll be like, I'm not getting bullied by Rudiger, but that makes no sense, like I mean you PR, but I don't know, neither do you know. I mean we do know though. How do you know? Wait, what's the fact? Give me your sources.
I just told you my source. My source is Monster CFC.
Monster CFC is your source. I love Monster, but I fuck with Monster a lot. But like,
I believe him. No. I clown him a lot, but I believe him in that. I believe him.
Like you might believe him. I'm
You believe him?
From Abraham.
But here's the thing: like we can speak on behalf of everything that's happening off the pitch all that we want. But the fact is, on the pitch, both of them have been consistent since Tuchel joined, and both of them are deserving of similar wages to each other. Monsters asked for the link too. One sec.
They say you got fake sources, Monster CFC, bro. Your sources, man. He's the one he told me. I gotta be honest. He's the one who told me. He said,
"You about to face your crimes, man." He's coming for you, man.
Right, before Monster comes on as well, Paul Jr. says for a club that made a loss in our past financial year, why not get rid of these two players and pay them even more? But why not get rid of these two players and pay them even more? Okay, I think that's what you mean, but I still don't understand. I think both of them deserve those wages.
When they put in work, you gotta reward them for putting in the work they have. Like, especially someone like Rudiger, I feel like. I mean, you can say it was not good last year, but this year he's playing like a world-class defender. And you can't say he doesn't deserve close to 200,000 a week because other players. And no, Rudiger's like me right now. We focus on what I'm doing and what I did this past year. And let's talk about my contract. And obviously, he's a free agent, in this summer, so he has the power to do that. So especially when he's still playing at that high level, it's just that's how business work, I guess.
I'm seeing VJ. I'm seeing what you said in the private chat. So you're not saying we're gonna lose both, but you're saying we'll retain one of the two, as opposed to both. But on those 200k a week or close to that wages.
Exactly, because we can.
So it's gonna have to just be whatever the club prefers in that case, then.
And that's why both of them are not
Who's
signing.
the one that expect lower wages?
And that's up to you guys to debate now.
It's exactly. It's gonna be the one who's gonna accept
whoever budgets.
lower wages.
Hey, and that's why neither of them are actually. That's why neither of them are actually budging and trying to, prolong it as much as possible.
Nah, through the mud. Nah, I said you're my know source, man. I said you're my source. You told me. Rudiger, he was bullying them. He was bullying them boys.
No. I don't think it's necessary. Let me not say, because we need to be careful with what words we use, innit? I've always stated I don't think he was bullying, but the message I saw from a certain striker to a certain account, I think I told you who it was, Daniel.
Yeah.
That striker.
I'm not revealing sources. All I said was my source told me and proved to me. I believe him.
Hold on. That message said, because the message was shown to me. It said, and it stated, and I quote, "The club forced me to make this statement." Do you remember when Tammy Abraham came out and said, "What the news is not true, blah, 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 blah." Do you remember that? Straight after Matt Law put out the article, Tammy Abraham came out and said it on Instagram, or was it on Instagram? Tammy,
I think it was.
Tammy went and told someone, I saw the message myself, that the club made him do it, bro. No word of a lie.
All right. So, but the point is, you're saying like Rudiger was slapping the shit out of Tammy in the.
I don't. No. I don't think the report didn't say he was slapping the shit out of him. The report was saying he was going into tackles hard and all that shit, that type of stuff.
What, bro? Terry used to do that back in the days. Like you guys call him mentality monster. Like,
but unfortunately, we live in a different generation where players are a bit soft.
Man, fam. Rudiger would do that and then drop a 5 out of 10 the next game, bro. Terry wasn't doing that.
Yeah, please tell me when Terry did it. You just said Terry did it back in the days. Please tell me when.
They all used to do
it. They always used to do it. Don't
there was a lot of sources about how rough Chelsea players used to be in training and how serious they used to take it. So that's true.
Yeah, but then listen. Terry will do that and then drop a 9 out of 10 in the actual game. Like, what are we saying now? You know what I mean? My man is dropping 5 out of 5. You want to say, like, come on, man.
How many Chelsea youngsters saying that John Terry was like, it was a big figure for them growing up and stuff?
Bro, John, no one is saying John Terry's not a legend. Stop it.
I think, Redner, I think the thing is, because this is when the situation with Rudiger was happening, because I remember doing videos on it, and I said, I remember Chelsea put out a training video, and Rudiger, in that video, Rudiger put in a 2-foot tackle on, I think it was Reece James. And I thought to myself, right, is that how Rudiger plays, in training? He's training like it's like a madman. So when I saw that video, because it's on it's somewhere on Chelsea's Twitter and Instagram, innit? So they put it out. This is not something geeky. In that video, you saw him going in with a 2-footed tackle. Also, and there was another video. I saw it the other day. It was like last year or the year before. I think it was on Lampard, where Rudiger completely cleaned out. Who was it? I can't remember. Do you guys know the video I'm talking about?
Was it Billy Gilmore I heard?
Billy Gilmore.
No. The Gilmore one wasn't recorded. There was a
Nah, he tried to kill Gilmore, bro.
There was a recorded video of Rudiger clearing out a player.
Is it the one? Remember the Europa League finals? Was it that one when?
It might have been
when David Luiz was fighting somebody who was. Remember that? I can't remember.
No. It's not that. It's not
It's
that.
saying in training, not in a game.
Listen.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't a game. It was like before the game started. But I guess it was a different one.
Oh, you're talking about warm-ups.
What I'm saying is, obviously, there is rumors that Rudiger was a bit hard on some of the, especially the younger players in training, innit? That's why Matt Law put out that article. I don't think it's a lie because I just think that's how Rudiger is. I just think he does it in game as well. It's just the kind of player he is. But the problem is the young players didn't appreciate it, and that's why Tammy Abraham was messaging, whoever you know,
man. Because listen, you practicing like you're an MMA fighter, but you're letting Aubameyang nutmeg you. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Why you keep talking? You keep doing that, bro.
So he talked all that shit, but he put a masterclass in the UEFA Champions League finals. We could say that.
Respect. I don't give you 200K for 4 years for that, bro. I'm sorry.
About 8 players produce masterclasses there, to be fair.
I don't give you 200K for 4 years because of that, bro. I can't do that.
But the whole Champions League run, he produced masterclasses for it.
That's cool. They all did.
Speaking of Aubameyang,
they all did. You know Reece James. You know Reece James' contract is up in 2 years, right?
Yeah,
you think he's an idiot? You think he's gonna just sign? Yeah, give me 120. Yeah. What?
No, you go ahead.
Why is Rudiger on 200 and I'm on 60?
Where is this money coming from, Babs? Where is this money coming from?
We give Alonso an extension on the same wages.
Let me not lie, yeah. I don't think
money coming from.
I don't think Rudiger's gonna get 200K, man. No way.
It's a good thing you have good players on your team that you have.
Well, if there's one to stay on,
it's not. When you fuck up your wage structure, that's why you gotta keep upping it. Where is this money coming from? We're paying these players. Then we gotta fix it.
What are you talking about?
No, but hold on.
We can't make it worse. Like,
wait.
You gotta think about that.
Hold on, let's correct this the wage structure thing, innit? Because hold on, Chelsea Babs.
Because it's there.
Wait, Daniel, hold on. Let's correct this wage structure thing where people keep talking about because Timo's on 200 or whatever, and this attacker is on this and that. You gotta remember, when your defenders generally they get paid less, innit? So with attackers, remember when we signed Timo,
we're more marketable.
Exactly. When we signed Timo, we were signing a 29 goal a season or whatever striker. So of course he was going to be on a lot more. Remember, Rudiger is still on his first contract when he was at Chelsea. Hence why he's still being paid so low, innit? But and I get it. He wants this, he wants that. But if we're being honest, Chelsea are not going to give him to him because number one, he's already gone around Europe. And they didn't give it to him.
The tour of Europe, bro. They said hell nah.
bro. But I thought
Chelsea are not giving it to him.
I thought the reports that came out was Real Madrid backed out because he was too flirting with Chelsea. Madrid wanted him to commit to a contract in early January. That's why Wayne was not doing that.
The offer he wanted never came. The offer he wanted never came.
Yeah, he never got that offer, man. We talk about
he got an offer, but it wasn't. He got an offer, but it wasn't the offer he expected, man.
Well, what offer was it? How much was the offer?
I don't know.
We actually matched Chelsea's offer.
Yeah, I think it was that like they matched Chelsea's offer.
Nah, they gave him the Barcelona trial offer, man. They said you got to come. They gave him the Barcelona.
We're not happy about it, but that's what the reports are going.
He got the Aubameyang.
What's the report?
Oh, man.
They told him as a pay as you go, bro.
That's all y'all say. That's all y'all say.
I love Rudiger, but it was peak. It was peak that he waited for Real Madrid and they came and gave him the Aubameyang money.
They told him his pay as you go.
At the end of the day,
what's wrong with you?
How much? Who wants to bet with me that Rudiger is going to stay and Christensen is going to go?
AC's re-signing. I don't want to hear it.
Yo, that shit is the funniest. Listen, in December,
Right.
these guys were telling me, man, this guy was going to go get
Yeah.
350, 400K. I said, where? I said, how?
I mean,
How is he
if
getting
he's taking
350, bro?
400K, that's
He
no. I'm
not,
talking about
he not
200K.
getting this anywhere, bro. He not getting that either, bro.
Yeah, he is. He's getting 200K if he leaves Chelsea.
Bro,
I could bet that for sure. Yes, he is. Yes, he
all right,
is.
we'll see.
Especially,
I mean,
especially
no,
if he
good,
goes.
no, good for
Especially
him.
if
If he
keeps out-
goes, for 200K somewhere else, let him make that money. Nobody's saying no to it. If
Right,
somebody's
exactly.
I ain't gonna
offering
lie
200K,
though. I ain't gonna lie. I do
Yeah.
want one of him.
no,
and
look,
Christensen
if
to
it was
stay.
up to me, I'll give Rudiger
Rudiger
200K
should
a
stay.
week. But it's
you
not
give
up to me.
200. Yeah.
I do want one because I don't want us to blow all of our budget on just.
Nah.
Yeah.
I'll give
How
him.
you-
I'll
how
give
you
him.
would give-
I'll give him
I'm not giving Christensen
185.
200K. I'm sorry, bro.
That's
Give
it.
him 250. This is no diss, bro.
185. That's it,
What?
bro.
But we have to get rid of
Christensen
players
does
like.
not deserve 200K.
And Christensen
Come
take
on now.
You're
150.
right. He deserves 250.
No, he
No,
doesn't.
he don't. He take 150.
150 at least, man. Come on, dude. Or
I'm
go to
sorry.
Bayern Munich. Or go
That's
to
what we
Bayern
should be
Munich.
paying. These guys should take 150.
Bayern Munich
bro.
can give him 200K. That's why all these players live in Real.
Bro.
Why
Marina
would you give
hasn't
200K
changed.
to
Marina
to
hasn't changed her
just went to
contract
Real?
since the start, bro. Same contract she
No.
gave them 2 years
Hold on
ago.
a second.
It's the same contract
defender's
she's
name
giving
that
them
just
right
went to
now.
Real? What's the defender's name?
She's not giving them 200K, bro.
No. What's the defender's
Yeah,
name that just went
he's
to Real
gonna get up
Madrid
to like
from
190.
Bayern?
Alaba.
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 Why they didn't give Alaba?
Yeah, they're not
Why he
giving
went for
Rudiger that
free
money.
to Real Madrid?
He wanted
Is
Because
Alaba,
Alaba wanted to
hold
be-
on a second. Who's better,
Alaba
Alaba
wanted
or Rudiger?
300K.
Rudiger's clear as a centre back.
Yeah.
Yes,
Right now,
Rudiger's
it's one of the- he's
better.
the
What are you saying?
No.
Yeah.
Why
Yeah,
are you
Rudiger,
jumping? I'm
Rudiger,
asking
Rudiger.
about the money. Why you
Rudiger.
got so excited, man? Chill out.
I think he want money.
Rudiger.
Look at you, how excited. No, I was just a
Because
question.
I wanna.
Okay. So Rudiger is better, right?
I was
As a
asking
centre
about
back.
the money.
Yeah.
You got
That's
so
fine. It's fine.
excited.
But they gave Alaba 400K.
I'm gonna clip the
Alaba for
video.
400K. Yeah.
Why didn't give Rudiger 200K?
No.
Alaba's way
No,
more
I'm saying,
established
like,
though.
why they didn't give him more
You see,
contract to let him
now,
free?
now
That's
you're,
what
now
I'm
you're
saying.
getting into it, Monster CFC, because these guys have to talk about last year. Like Alaba got his contract out of 1 year in Bayern.
Somebody
No,
just said Alaba
He-
is on
he-
400K right now.
he got it because of his legacy for 7-8 years.
Yeah,
And they
he's a
said we
pioneer.
got to get this guy. We got to get this guy in there. We'll pay you the 400K. You performed for 1 year. They said, listen, you come in, we give you 120K.
What about
the
Delict on 280K?
No thanks. No thanks.
No, thank you.
He's not getting
No
120K.
They said,
No,
we'll
it's
give you.
like- That's not established. He's got the wages.
That's it.
We'll give you 120K. It's
But
pay as
hold
you
on,
go.
Juve was stupid. What are they trying to do now? They're trying to offload the licks now. That's what they're trying to do, right?
Facts.
They're trying to
Are
offload
they trying to offload him? I thought it was their option for the future.
No,
That's
do you
what
know
we
Nah,
were
the,
finding.
they're
the
trying to
reason
offload
why
him.
I was asking you about Alaba? Because I don't know if true or not. Alaba is making 400K. So if Rudiger is better than that, why they not want to pay Rudiger more than Alaba? Because both of them are free when they joined to Real Madrid.
No, I think. Do you know what it is? Yeah,
No,
I think,
Master, I won't talking to you. I'm
Oh,
talking
Chelsea
about
Babs.
the guy that got excited.
Look, because at the end of the day, right? At that point in time, Madrid was kind of desperate to. I think did Madrid sign Alaba as a center back, right? Or did they sign him as their right back? What was
Yeah,
it? That center back.
he's
Right?
a left
They
back.
signed him as a player. Doesn't matter. Center
Nah,
back or
he's
left
play.
back or whatever.
They signed him as a center back.
Yeah, but
Okay,
he
so
is
they
a
were trying to
versatile
replace.
player
They were trying
too.
to. They were trying to play. Yeah, I know. They were trying to replace Varane, basically. And Varane was already on like 300K, right? So they uploaded Varane and brought him Alaba, and Alaba wanted up to like 300K with Bayern Munich too, because he felt like he deserved as much money as Muller and Lewandowski. So I mean, he has a good agent. At the end of the day, he has a good agent.
You see the difference? The higher player, the player up front gets paid more than players in the back, even in Bayern.
But Madrid gave
His agent is Pini Zahavi, right?
Bro, he has a good agent. That his agent worked. At the end of the day, let me tell
No,
you
you
something,
don't.
bro.
You don't.
This is-
You're missing my
this
point. I'm
is
saying like
business.
you're missing my point. If Alaba is not better than Rudiger, and Rudiger is better defender, why Real Madrid just offered him Chelsea match
because
No, but
like
Alaba is a
because
bigger name though, a much bigger name.
But I'm not even saying you got to give him 400K because that's double what he's. I'm saying, how about the 200, bro? What happened to that?
Why Real Madrid will not offer him 200? Yeah.
But even then, like Rudiger's now raised it from 200 to 225.
He ain't getting that.
Rudiger's always said that he wants to stay at Chelsea and was flirting with Chelsea the whole time. But Madrid wanted him to commit to Madrid in January, and he was not going to do that. So how do we know that they didn't give him 200K? Where's the reports? Just send it to me. I mean, send it to Lewis and Lewis send it to me. Where's the reports that say
somebody
they did not give him
please
200?
send
Please, just pull it
So,
up.
reports on what? What report?
Real Madrid offer to Rudiger.
1 second.
Yeah,
let me
please just tell me. Then I'll just shut up because then I'm making no point then. Because if you have reports that say, okay, they didn't offer him that money, then that makes sense. I get it.
Oh no, wait.
What?
The quotes on Madrid offering him 400K a week?
No. 200.
That
200.
offered that. No,
200.
They didn't even offer
No, they
him
didn't
two.
offer him at all. I heard it on the London.
Chelsea's wages was which is 140. Look, let me show you this is how I understood Rudiger's contract. Rudiger did not sign contract. Chelsea offered 140, I think. 140, that's the Chelsea offer was. Rudiger said, I'm not taking that because the rumors are Real Madrid is going to offer him 400. Let me finish. Then it came to December, and Real Madrid offered match contract with what Chelsea offered, but the signing bonus, signing bonus, which is 140. They offered him same deal as Chelsea, but only difference is signing bonus. Then Chelsea said, let me finish. Chelsea opted offer to 180 to 200, between that range, if I remember this correctly. Rudiger said, no, he wants 225 now. That's the rumors. I don't know if it's true or not. Just the rumors.
Okay. Look. Now look.
Yeah, somebody said Chelsea offered 173.
All right, let me ask a question first. What is Rudiger's?
There was one insider that said that Rudiger rejected a 173K a week contract from Madrid.
Well, what is Rudiger's current wages right now? If anybody knows that.
So
90, I think something.
So not 200K.
He ain't getting
Lewis,
200K.
That wasn't 200K they offered him.
That's the only source I've seen so far. That was the one I saw today.
Yeah, hold that. That's what I'm saying. Like, what you thought this was? You thought you were no. You thought you was gonna go to Real Madrid. They're gonna say no to 173. You're gonna come back and get more.
Wait, hold on. 173 plus signing bonus.
Yeah, and now apparently he wants 225 from Chelsea.
He doesn't want to leave Chelsea. That's the main.
Then why you ask? But why is he asking for 225 if he doesn't want to leave Chelsea?
Look. This is business, bro. You got to understand that at the end of the day, business got to matter in there. It's all about love.
That's true. That's true.
You just stop saying why is he asking, why is he doing? He's doing it because his agent is telling him, yo, this is how you get the maximum money and whatever. Now, he, as a player, does not want to leave Chelsea because he likes the place and likes where he's playing at. But he got to listen to his agent because he doesn't know everything about the financial aspect of football. So his agent is telling him, bro, you can get 225. Now, it's really got to tell him, hey, we got to come to a compromise, right? I want to stay here.
Oh,
come to a compromise
okay.
Like 200 or something.
Look at
that's how it works.
Just to say, he loves Chelsea and he wants to stay here, but he's also looking out for what's best for him financially, listening to his agent and trying to find the fee that's best for him, and that doesn't make him a rat, right?
Bro, no, it doesn't. Bro. How is that business?
Okay, no, that's cool. That's cool. I just wanted to know that. I just wanted to know that.
No, listen.
Because we have the same energy for Christensen, so I would like the same energy.
Hold on, Babs. Listen, what Babs said is just business, right? I agree. It's just business, but it's just business on the clubs. I agree with what you're saying. It's just business on the club's end as well. The club needs to make sure they don't fuck themselves even more.
Bro,
how is it not just business on the club's end? How is it not business on their end as well?
That's what it is.
These guys can demand whatever they want, man.
Yes.
Can I say something?
That's my point. You cannot be mad if they're demanding 225.
No, but you cannot be mad.
No.
Fam, my whole point, this entire thing has been you can't be mad at the club as well for not giving them that. And that's what you guys have been saying this whole time. You've been saying they deserve 200K. Pay them the money. They deserve it. No. It's business as well. We ain't paying you that.
Can I say
No. You're saying the club they don't want to do it for their wage structure, but as players, I do think they deserve those wages.
No, because we paid you because. No.
VJ, wait. Let's. They have been shown on the pitch though. VJ, let's hear what you're saying, bro.
Yeah, I just wanted to answer this question that Alex actually posted because I didn't have enough data, so I didn't respond to it immediately. So Alex did ask a question where he said Alaba and Alaba is paying 400 in Real Madrid, and if Rudiger is better than that, why isn't he earning that much, right? So my answer to that would be this, right? So in Bayern Munich earlier, Alaba was earning 170 on a 2-year contract, basically, right? And Rudiger is earning currently on 100K. Okay, I think there is a lot to do with how much percentage increase is also being provisioned to a player when they move. It's not just with the market standards alone. Like if they are on a lower wages, on comparison to that, there will be a percentage that would be added to it, and that is how they'd probably be paid. Not exactly to, though market standards would come to a bit, into the equation. I'm not sure it will completely dominate the entire conversation. Rather, it would be a combination of both the market standards and the current wages that he is on. If we look at it from that standpoint, it would be like 170K from Bayern Munich to 400 as a free agent. That's exactly the kind of deal that Alaba was able to get. So for Rudiger, I'm not sure if we should be matching to that 400 or if it is realistic for him to move from 100K to 400. Maybe in the ranges of 300 or 280, something around that could be a possibility. But I'm not sure if it was offered to him or not. But I don't think so. We should directly compare that particular wage standards.
No. We're not comparing directly. We're just saying like assumption that what Real Madrid is going to offer him, which reality what they actually offered him, which is 170. I don't know if it's true or not. I'm just saying what the people saying in the chat and used to be.
For me, realistically, I could see the numbers between 170 to 280. I'm not sure. Maybe.
What's real?
About 280 something is.
No, yeah, I see what you're saying, but the reality is that's what people think that Real Madrid will pay, but the reality is Real only offered 173.
Okay.
What Chelsea offered him? Hold on. What Chelsea offered him between 185 and 200, and he turned it down and won 225.
But you have to understand how contracts work.
This is the thing, right?
It's not just gonna be
well, please tell me. Please tell me how contract work. Please tell me.
Because
everybody quietly want to hear.
Yeah. There are other clauses you have to understand in contracts too. It's not just about what you see on the headline. 173 and that's it. 173 plus more signing bonus. He's a free agent too. You don't even know how much.
David Alaba's 400K. It's 400K because it includes the signing bonus.
Like you got to understand other things like going on. You just
okay, how much is the signing bonus? You think 20 mil, 30 mil?
We don't know. We don't know.
You know? You don't know.
No.
So
but
that's the point.
We do know that they gave his dad 10 mil though.
No, Chelsea does not give a signing bonus. So what I can't talk about how much Chelsea.
Yes, they do. How you say Chelsea don't give signing bonus?
No, not signing bonus to Rudiger. Why we need to give him? That's not what I'm saying.
If you don't put signing bonus in there, you put clauses in there. Then you put clauses in there that's going to match.
Yes, you put bonuses, goal scoring bonuses. You add this. You add. I know how contract works. Okay. I'm trying to say is, it's still if we're fighting about the weekly wages, that's the fight. 185 between 185, 200, and he wants 225. It doesn't matter about the bonuses. They disagree on that part, not the bonus part, right?
Look, I don't know everything they disagree on the negotiation table because I'm not there. But it's just coming out and saying, we're just giving us figures, saying, oh, he doesn't want 173, he wants 225. It's just figures going around and around. But really, there might be more into the contract that he doesn't even like. Or, just so more things going in involved. So, but we could use everything on the surface value, on the surface level and say, okay, you're right. Maybe he's asking 225. I did not say he should be getting up to 225. I said from 200K is normal for Rudiger. I mean, I feel like 100K for Rudiger is just so disrespectful to pushing it to 173.
Why is so disrespectful?
Why is
Rudiger 100K a week now is disrespectful.
Listen, if he feels that way, you know, he's entitled to feel that way.
No.
Feel that way.
That's not what I feel. That's the contract he signed, right? He signed the contract that he's on 100K.
Oh no! I think the what's it called being disrespectful is the new offer, not the one he's currently on.
No. I'm saying like on 100K right now, right? And to increase it to like what was Chelsea offering at first? You said
140.
140 for 100K, so just a 40K increase from what he's done. Like you see, he's
Daniel, please jump in with what he's done because I don't think he listens to me when Daniel left.
You see the clean sheet, the Champions League winner, a leader. I don't care what you say. He slaps players around. I don't care about that. He's an obvious leader on and off the pitch. You can't tell me he's not worth up to like 100K to 200. I'm not talking about 200 plus. Stop at that 200 value. You cannot tell me he's not worth that.
I'm sorry. Did Chelsea offer him between 180 and 200 and he turned it down?
And that's why if he wants to, look, that's him. I'm talking about me, how I feel about Rudiger. Now, if he wants to 200K, that's on him. But that's not you. You're not up to Rudiger's level. Stop. You can't compare yourself. I mean, come on now. Like, we're talking about professional shit. You're not him. So,
I'm joking, man. I'm joking.
No. My bad. I'm in this conversation right now. So like, so my point is, look.
I think you're way too emotional into the Rudiger's conversation.
It's not an emotion. It's not an emotion. It's
imagine being emotional over a centre back.
I do not.
It's the way he just constantly.
Where did Lewis go?
He just dipped because AC got involved.
No. I think Daniel was right when he said we screwed up our wage bills lately, and I think Chelsea is trying to balance the books.
They better.
No. I know. Hold on a second. No, what?
Go ahead. You cannot just use that. Like Chelsea should not just use that as an excuse to let players that are kind of important to them, or players that are obviously, producing right now.
Do you think Tony Kroos letting Tony Kroos by Bayern let Tony Kroos go to Real Madrid is shoot themselves in the leg?
Look, but Bayern run the club differently from Chelsea. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, you cannot use really Bayern because Bayern in a different league, the giant of their league, the top guys in the league, they run the club.
I don't know how to talk to you because I know what you're saying.
You use,
I agree with you.
You try to use surface questions to me to what about Bayern? How does
would you say
because you put in Rudiger and a Chelsea team as a profile that big and that important as Tony Kroos to Bayern Munich at that point, but they let him go just to not to break wage structure.
Would you say it was I don't know. I don't know if it was a bad move. I don't know if it was a good move. At the end of the day, he justified his worth. He justified his worth at Real Madrid.
Yes, exactly.
It was a great move from him on his own part. I bet he took a bet on himself. He put a bet on himself, like, I'm better than this. So if you guys do not want to pay me, I'm going to Madrid, and he's a 4-time European champion. So sometimes players do bet on themselves. So I don't know everything and the context that went into Kroos. It might just be only about the wage bill, or it might even be more about Kroos saying, I deserve more, and if I cannot get more, I'm going to bet on myself and go to Madrid, or a place that people fail at. But he became a pivotal midfielder for Madrid and a legend for them.
Yes,
now.
But the funny part is nobody's offering Rudiger that much money that he wants.
Can I ask you a question?
VJ, just before you go, I'm going to read a few of these super chats. Dinishan says the more fatter Lukaku is, the less the resale value. Oh yeah, I forgot we were talking about Lukaku earlier, but yeah, man needs to turn up in the next few games.
How much do you weigh, bro? How much does the nation weigh?
Alright, Dineshan, man, you're in the comment section. You can answer that one, bro. Paul Jr. also says if Tuchel leaves in a year, what happens if both Rudy and AC dip in form or our next coach doesn't favour them? I already said AC, his weakness was his physicality, and he's bulked up a lot over the last year, so I'm not as worried about him in the back four as I was previously. Rudiger's already shown he can play in the back four too, so that doesn't worry me either. So I'm not worried if we lose Tuchel, but I don't think we are either. Artem says, how do you feel about Militao links? I heard like a bit on absolute Chelsea, but I don't think he's leaving Real Madrid. I think he's one of their pivotal players.
No way. He's one of their best players this season. There's no way they get rid of him.
Yeah, and I don't see him leaving. I can't even find the source, but I don't believe those ones for a second. Last one, Declared says Mr. Business is trying to justify greed in some noble right. Please, if he wants to stay, accept the 180k. Simple. He's been playing games for the last few seasons. Rudiger playing games over the last few seasons in terms of what? In terms of the contract.
Wait, hold on. Because I hate when people put that narrative out there. Like, I've seen people make videos on there and things like that. Oh, he's greedy.
Oh my god,
greedy,
bro!
If you guys work, maybe these guys don't work a job. If you work a job, you can ask for whatever you feel is you're worthy. Like, what's wrong with him asking what he feel he's worth?
I'm sorry, you're not a professional footballer.
If Chelsea don't pay it, that's fine as well. Like, he can go somewhere else and try and get it. It's as simple as that. It's not greedy.
Yeah, she's saying he ain't gonna worry about his weight. VJ, what are you saying, bro?
Fair enough.
Yeah, just 2 points. First thing is on the Delic situation, who's already on a 280, and maybe he's gone a bit out of favor. I'm not really sure about it, because when I spoke to a couple of Italian content creators, this is what they've been saying, right? After the ACL that Chiellini had, ACL injury that September 2019 he's been on and off pretty much regularly, and they're looking for someone to replace Chiellini, and at the same time Bonucci as well. He's not the fittest of the player for them, so that back two in the center back for them, they're actually looking for proper replacement, and De Ligt is someone who's being looked at for that right now. Maybe he's not doing to the expectation, but then I think they're still looking at him as an option to replace those both players there.
Who's that? Which team?
Sorry,
which team? Juve.
Yeah,
but they're trying to offload him. Maybe they're trying to use the money they sell him for to do that, but they are trying to offload him.
Has he not been performing for them?
I'm not really
Has he
sure
not been
about it.
performing over you? Is my question.
He has, but I think there's reasons why. I think they're trying to as well lower their wage bill. Number one, because you could see they've been doing that with them releasing and selling certain players and bringing in younger talent and things like that. But at the same time, De Ligt, I don't know if you've been hearing, but you've been hearing Fabrizio saying, a lot of other credible journalists say Raiola's shopping him around, and they are willing to compromise on his price. I don't think Juve want him anymore.
Would you take him to Chelsea?
Could be.
On his wages and
Nah.
No way.
Yeah.
No way.
He's on 280, buddy.
First of all,
280.
Raiola is always fishing because he knows his numbers numbered until the end of the season, because after that it's going to be different for him. So of course he's going to be shopping. I don't trust Raiola one freaking bit.
No,
I mean he'll keep his players busy, of course, in the market. That's probably his role, and he's doing a better job at that than most of the agents, though. That's one thing.
Most of the credible journalists are also saying they're, Juve are willing to, if the offer comes in, they're willing to sell.
I mean, it does make sense, right? If the offer comes in,
I don't think he's.
I don't want him either. I think we're having this issue with the wages with regards to Rudiger and Christensen. It will make absolutely no sense to bring De Ligt in. It makes no sense. It's actually stupid.
Yeah,
exactly. That was the first point. The second thing that I wanted to ask Chelsea's Babala. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing your name wrong. Let me go with Baba. Yeah.
Go ahead.
All right.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So just one question, right? I understand when you talk about Rudiger. I respect your opinion with respect to Rudiger and the kind of contract that you're expecting for him. But my question to you is, I understand he's been performing good in the last couple of years. When I say good, the best of the lot, right? Amongst the defenders in Europe, I get it. Yeah. But in the last couple of years, before that, he was still in the contract, but he was not performing to the expectation that we would want from him, right? That's exactly the reason why he was initially given a contract of 100K, and then towards his end of the contract, of course, he's shown his potential very well, right? I get it. He's shown his potential and all of that, and it does make sense for him to be offered a higher wage. But how high is the question, right? How high is the question? How high can we go is the question. So two factors here. One is the affordability of the employer here, which is Chelsea in this case. The affordability of the employer doesn't have to be always proportional amongst the leagues, right? Because whatever Premier League employers can offer might not be the same as that of what the global employers might offer. Like if me in India can get a job for this particular money, if I move to the US with my same skill set, I obviously can get more than that, right?
Definitely.
Yeah, because there's a difference in everything that we look forward to. So considering all those, into equation, for someone who's already in the country, who's already been in the country, who doesn't have to move anywhere around, he's been offered 70% of what his initial wage was, correct? 70% is like 170, right? So tell me one thing. I'm not going to think like an employer or employee here, because contracts and footballers work differently. I get it.
Right.
But do you think Chelsea has done a wrong thing in offering him 70% of increase, considering only the Premier League? Do not consider the other countries.
Let me answer you, right? It's not about how if Chelsea has done him wrong or right. Like, again, we go back to what business is, right? Both of them are coming on an even plane to say, Rudiger is demanding what he wants and what he feels like he's valued, right? And Chelsea came with their offer. I don't see it as nothing as disrespect, because really most of the time it's like I do see it. I mean, matter of fact, 140 is kind of disrespectful to me, though. I'm not gonna lie, on my opinion. But in Rudiger's case, when we're talking about Chelsea came and offered him what they feel like he's worth, and Rudiger is saying he's not worth this. He's worth more than this, because first off, he's looking at his teammates. He's looking at what everybody else is making. That's what the agent is probably looking at. Not even really Rudiger. His agent is coming out with, okay, you got guys that are not performing, guys that are on the bench, while me, I'm starting every game in and out. I'm one of Tuchel's most important players, and Tuchel will tell you that by himself. You know, he's like, okay, I feel like I deserve this amount of money. Now, one thing about the big employers is the fact that they'll always lowball you. I mean, that's the first fact. They'll always lowball you. It's you to negotiate to what you are worth. So the point is, I'm not saying Chelsea, I'm not using like an emotional thing of like, oh, Chelsea, how can you do this to Rudiger? It's not that. It's the fact that I feel like Rudiger has done what is enough to deserve 200K that he's asking for. That is my opinion, right? And Chelsea, in the business standpoint, is low. In my opinion, is lowballing him. So I'm not saying Chelsea is disrespectful or it has anything to do with emotions or what, anything. He's looked into the whole wage bill. He's looked into what the whole players in his team are making. Everybody's making up to, I mean, not everybody, but like guys like Ross Barkley or other guys are making so much high money. He feels like he's more involved in the team, in and out on and off the pitch, to be to be deserving of getting 200K. So look, I understand what you're saying, but that's how I feel, because at the end of the day, it's my opinion. You know what I mean? I don't know what's going on.
I get it. A quick follow-up.
So why Real Madrid lowball him?
Just a second. A quick follow-up on that. You talked about, of course, the reason why I actually asked this question is because you said that Chelsea was actually kind of disrespecting in the way that, I felt it was not about disrespecting. It's basically a company or a club basically trying to offer something when they're almost in one of the most difficult situations that they have been in. When I say most difficult situation, of course, we ended the last year on a loss, right? And the company or the club is still trying to recover from it. And at the same time, we're trying to provide contract extensions or new contracts to the people who are involved in the club, right?
I understand. But let me just say, I just want to jump in on what you said.
Just a second. I'm just listing out. Okay, I'm just listing out the factors, right? This is one factor from the employer standpoint. This is one thing where the company is basically, or where the club is basically facing a loss. That's one thing. The second thing is when you talk about the increment standards, like 70% in your own country, where you don't have to relocate, you don't have to do anything of any sorts, like everything is already settled for you, right? And you basically are comparing the defenders who are being paid here to the attackers who are being paid in the same team, right? But the problem is, I understand and I respect what you're saying, but the sad truth is they are not equally paid. Not just today or yesterday. It's been like that in Premier League or in any league historically.
But understandable. That's the status quo, is what you're trying to tell me. Understandable. But the point is, it doesn't mean the status quo is right. You understand what I mean? Like, doesn't mean what the status quo that is going on is the right thing, the right way we run in the club with the attackers. The attackers being really young.
Do you think
the
the club
will be the main factor of our team? And let me just say one thing about the club, right? Look, at the end of the day, the club will offer what they feel like they have. The club, right? You say the club is in a bad financial problem right now. I understand you, but you have to understand the club can be ruthless on their own part too. They could be on the financial. So it's not on Rudiger's part to care about the financial thing you guys are on, because it could turn to the opposite, and they could sell Rudiger for no reason. It's things like that happen. The club could be ruthless on their own. So
Babs, that's clear, but you can't say then the club is disrespectful. That's the only thing we disagree on.
They tried their best, right?
You can't say the club is disrespecting to him. It's not. They're not trying to disrespect them. They're just trying to. It's just business.
I cannot tell.
It is what it is.
You cannot tell another man how to be disrespected and not to be disrespected, because if Rudiger feels disrespected, and that's on Rudiger, and I feel like he does.
No. Yes, you can. Offering somebody a contract isn't a disrespect. It isn't a disrespect. You can't take that as disrespect.
If he feels like he's being lowballed, it's a disrespect on him. What are you talking about?
No.
Yes, it is. And
no, it's not. No, it's not. VJ just gave you the percentage bump within the company.
It does not matter what I think.
It does matter. It's all business.
No, it doesn't.
It does matter.
If Rudiger feels disrespected, he can feel disrespected.
Yeah, but we're talking about and then I can say he's wrong for that.
How can you say that? Why can you say that?
What do you mean? How can I say
that? You say that? What do you know is going on?
From my perspective, you're talking about life and all that. No, we're not talking about any of that. From my perspective, the club offering you that isn't disrespectful. You can feel like you can get more money elsewhere. That's fine. But they're disrespecting me by offering me this. No, they're not disrespecting.
You cannot tell him how to feel and not to feel. If he feels disrespected, which I feel he does, then he has a right to feel disrespected.
I never said he can't feel how he wants to feel.
100K to 140K is a little bit disrespectful until he started demanding for 100 until he started demanding for like 200K. That's when the club bumped it to 170, and that's what you guys were talking about. But Monster just said the first contract range was 140, wasn't it?
Yeah,
was
that's negotiation. That's negotiation. That's business.
Okay,
you told right.
It's negotiation, but that first contract was disrespectful to him. So you want
no,
to say
it's not. It's negotiation. We give you a whole for you. You come back with the number that you want, and then we give you the number that we're actually going to give you. It's
Chelsea, okay. The question for you is: had we started with 170, do you think we would have ended up in 180 or 190?
If he started 170, right? He knows there's factors to this thing. He knows he's about to be a free agent. He's still obviously going to shop, because that's, again, the agent is the guy controlling the financial aspect. He knows he's still going to shop around for what is valued before he comes back.
No, my question. Let me rephrase the question, right?
Go ahead.
If I start at 140 and my number is something around 180, and I, as an employer, start negotiating at 140, right? If my number is 180, I'll start negotiating at 140, okay? And the contractor, the Rudiger side party will start negotiating from 220. Okay, consider this is the case, right? Now tell me, if I start at 170, is Rudiger's party going to be expecting 220 or 260?
Look, you start.
No, wait, just a second. If they're going to be expecting 260, and when we both come to an understanding, that number would be somewhere on 245 and not on 180, correct?
Look, I know what you're trying to say. You start
That's how negotiations
and
work,
you negotiate up. Understand? Look, you don't have to simplify it. I know what you're saying on negotiation and whatever. He started with 140, and that's why Rudiger could say 180. At the end of the day, right? Rudiger felt like from 100K, he deserved way more. That he didn't have to come and say, "Hey, no, I'll bump it up to 180," and that's on him to feel like that. And that's what Rudiger to feel like that. You could say it's negotiation, which it is. At the end of the day, he came with more money, and Chelsea is not trying to meet his demand, so they're trying to work something out. So at the end of the day, he has the right to do everything he's doing right now. And I felt
so does the club.
So does the club.
So does
right?
not only club.
So
does the club around Europe, the ones that didn't offer him what he wants, because remember, hold on a second. Remember, at one point when Rudiger contract negotiation with Chelsea stopped completely, and all of a sudden he came back to Chelsea to negotiate it again, and that thing happened after he faced the reality in Europe. That's it.
Declared says if a player's pure motivation is money, that is greed. Other factors have to be considered, or else you get another Lukaku. Definitely understand on the situation at least.
Why is it greed?
But game time comes into it too. Go on, Monster. What are you saying?
I was saying, why is it greed? Like, we're going on like all of us in our lifestyle don't negotiate.
It's acting like this is the Bible, bro. This is not the Bible, bro. What are you talking about?
Do you think? I really don't know how should I call you, Baba? I really don't want to disrespect. No. The name disappeared from under you.
Chelsea Baba.
Just
Chelsea
call
Baba.
him Bobs, bro.
Chelsea Bobs. Yeah, Bobs.
You're making it difficult for these
Come on,
guys.
Bobs.
No, Bobs. Look. Do you think?
Leave it.
Look. Look. Do you think there's a risk factor into the contract consideration? Do you think there's the risk factor into Rudiger's contract? So, for example, if Chelsea budge and give him money that he wants, and he gets ACL injury within a year, it's not a factor?
Is that not a factor?
Bro, that's a factor for every player.
I know that.
Like,
but he's
injury.
29.
But like, look, bro. Let me answer your question, right? You using worst case scenario, right? Boy, they can use the same
I'm not
thing.
using
Best
worst case scenario. No,
that's worst case scenario right there.
Worst case scenario, he performs
is what,
1 year good out of 4-year contract, because that's what he did.
He's 28. 28.
Bro, he's in the prime.
28.
Why we think he's not falling off yet? He's still playing at a very good level today. Why are we always thinking, okay, when we give him the contract, which it happens though, so I understand what you're saying. Players do sometimes play for their contract. I do understand that. Like, there's always a risk factor in this thing. Like, in most players you buy, there's always a 50% chance that you could scout him like Timo Werner. I was on the hype train with Timo Werner because of his goal. I'm not going to lie. You brought him here, and it was a risk factor, and now he's not even close to producing what he was doing. There's always a risk factor in whatever you do in football. That's it. But at the end of the day, right, you have to understand, like you have to take into a lot
of
penitentiary, right? Now, let's say you get rid of Christensen and Rudiger, right? We get rid of both of them, and we bring in Kunde and whatever, or whoever else we bring, and both of them start sucking. They're so trash, right? I'm telling you, the narrative would change.
Can you bring up the couch Rudiger? Comment, please, Lewis? Can you bring up the couch comment?
That's it.
LOL, like Chilwell injury record on 190. I agree with you, Couch. The problem is when Chilwell coming back after the injury, he still can play for Chelsea. If Rudiger gets that injury, he ain't coming back.
How you know that? Like, yo, you got a
no. He's over 30. He's gonna be. I'm saying he's gonna be close to 30. You don't kill that way. Look, Van Dijk. Is Van Dijk the same?
No,
it's not. I don't know about using that.
No.
That's so extreme, bro.
That's
so extreme.
I'm not saying it's like. Look, at the end of the day, if Rudiger signed contract, it's great for Chelsea. But the way you're talking about, it's like, first of all, I don't think he was disrespected. I think he was disrespected based on last season when Chelsea wanted to sell him. I think that's what he took personal. And I know that for a fact. That's personal for him more than contract negotiation. That was disrespect with Rudiger, because that's the first thing he said when we won the Championship League. He said, you want me now?"
Right.
Do you remember that comment?
I still think
it's a lot between those two, between Rudiger and Chelsea. I think it's still a little bit this personal.
From when I'm listening to these guys in interviews, I still think they hold contempt towards Lampard and Chelsea. When you listen to Jorginho's interview as well, when he won the European
telling me, man,
award,
there's more to
same
that
thing.
than
I don't care about.
I don't
Like
think it's
at the end of the day, we'll say something about Jorginho. Lampard
You got one against Lampard. Hold that then.
Lampard was trying to fake.
They won the Champions League. Hold that.
He won it too. Hold that.
No. Hold on.
He won what?
I understand. Look,
He didn't win the Champions League before.
As a coach, did he win it
Nah,
as
that
a coach?
don't matter, bro.
No,
It
it
has
does
to
matter.
do-
I
He's a
understand
coach
what
now.
you're saying, right?
Get that off my screen.
But
Chelsea Baba, Chelsea Baba.
Go
This is the
ahead,
thing, right? Alex is actually trying to say. So this is what I understand from what Alex is trying to say, right? He's basically talking about something called risk profile, right? So for a 23-year-old player, the risk profile is not as similar to that of a 28-year-old player's risk profile, correct?
Right.
You know your insurance plans, right? If you're 23 your coverage is more. If you're 35, your coverage is less, correct? As your age increases, your coverage becomes less, correct?
Right.
That's how risk profile works.
Sports wire. Players usually get their last big contract at 28 years old.
Right.
They not
Like,
usually
bro,
get. They
this
want
is
to
not-
get
this is
usual.
not-
I
They would
agree.
want to, right?
They usually
They
do.
will want to, but that not necessarily means that they will get it. That's
They
the
will
big
want
thing.
to, and especially when they're playing at a high level. It is not. Rudiger is not playing like a mid-table defender. Then he's asking for that contract, and I'll slap him. That makes no sense.
Look,
he's playing at a high level at age 28, and I understand you say risk factor. At the end of the day,
No,
everything
that's
you
not
do in
the
football
only thing.
mostly has risk
That's
factor,
not the
bro.
only thing. Risk factor is one of them. 1 year out of 4 performance, it's another factor.
It's
Then
not one, it's two. Include Sari. Come on, let's not do
He
that.
was good.
I don't
Yeah.
want-
Sorry, was meaty, bro.
You say he wasn't good on
No,
the
do
Saturday?
you know what I'm saying?
Here
That
we
I'm
go.
not just saying like a risk factor of
Maybe,
injury.
bro.
I'm saying the risk factor of injury. Plus the only year that he performed at Chelsea on that level that
2
you're talking about.
years.
Yes, I do.
Okay, on that,
Yes,
on
I
that
do.
level.
Give him.
Yep,
give
big
him
up Paul for the
the-
super chat saying Monster
Give him
yourself
the
Cape in the
225
South
and then
turned
tell him.
around after this weekend's
Makes sense.
performance.
I wanna
One
hear
still
it.
out.
He
I'm
said,
listening.
he said the guy literally said
I'm listening.
the Rudiger performed on this level for 2 years.
I'm listening to you. I didn't know you were trying to say about the other here. Man, talk, bro. Stop running away. Like,
I
what's
still
up?
have faith in Lukaku, by the way. For the people asking.
Why?
I
You
still,
was-
hey, Monster, I'm with you, bro. I still have faith.
You
in
see,
you,
had to
bro.
no, you know what it
That's
is?
it.
Listen.
That's
Hold
all
on.
I'm
Let me
saying.
just say, listen. You see, you lot can have your fun. You know, do your Lukaku.
Lukaku.
Create your memes.
Bro,
all
you
of
started
that.
that, bro.
I started what?
I called him-
Lakaka. That
I
was
didn't
you.
start that.
No,
It's
no,
from
no,
a
no, no,
meme,
no,
bro.
no. No, that wasn't him.
Yeah, it's that guy off
That wa-
TikTok.
TikTok, yeah.
Yeah, it's like a clip of him.
Okay,
dancing
I
with
heard it from most of them.
Lukaku. It's so
No,
funny.
it's not me. It's from a me. It's from that guy on TikTok.
It's him with his
Monster,
phone.
that's
Yeah,
Him
you
with the
see,
first
There's
touch.
some
It was
big
so
guy
funny.
from France.
But
With
the
Lukaku,
person that
yeah.
whole thing started was Classref. Classref, the first one that actually called him Lukaku. I
Listen,
remember in the chat.
With Lukaku, I give him till mid next season. Same way I gave Werner. Yeah, I give. Listen, there's no point of me screaming. Listen, is he gonna be here till mid next season? Is he gonna be here?
I hope
Not if
not.
I have anything to do with it.
No,
I'm on the job
Alex,
right
is he
now.
gonna be here till next season?
Hold on, can I ask
so,
one question though? Hey, Monster, can I ask one question? Look. If
Yeah.
if that interview thing never happened, no, sincerely, right? If that interview thing never happened, would y'all be saying Lukaku should leave by the summertime?
Yeah.
No, sincerely, just tell me.
Yes, I didn't want him in the first place.
I
They
also
just didn't want him in the first place. But listen, it doesn't even matter anymore. I think he's still gonna bang, and I can't wait.
Me
When he
too.
bangs,
He will bang, but not at
I'm-
Chelsea. I bet
okay,
you.
Yeah.
okay.
I just
When he
not
bangs,
saying
He will not bang
Listen,
at Chelsea.
listen,
let me just finish. When he bangs, I am going to be the most shameless motherfucker on earth. I am coming for
Go.
every-
Yo,
Here's my
you
question.
you
Okay,
hold
so-
that because you
nothing
defending
changes,
you
huh?
defend you defending Jorginho on a midfield for ages, man, until you show the light, and all of a sudden you're flip flopping
I'm
around.
not. I am not.
Yeah, I
with
wouldn't be
Lukaku,
shameless. I'll bring you
I
to the
am not
light
flipping.
every time.
I'm not flipping with Lukaku. I'm not.
Bro.
I am now.
But you
his
admitted
PR
you
machine.
flipped it with Jorginho.
I'm his PR machine now. I'm his PR.
I know.
machine.
I mean, I said
Bro,
I was
we
on the Jorginho thing. Like, I mean, since way last year.
He's gonna be doing all hype shit. Let's go.
I remember when I was on this stream one time, and I was like, how do we have a deep line playmaker that cannot that cannot
no
pass
deep
forward?
line defender, defensive midfield. That the first word, it does not exist in his game. Defensive mid.
That's one. Okay,
Who's
okay.
that?
Look, Jorginho. I already know Jorginho defensively is. I mean, actually, him defensively, he's kind of bad physical wise, but like reading the game, he's not terrible.
I'm not
reading
saying
the game,
he's
he knows how to
stupid.
intercept and all that. No, okay, but like physically, I understand what you're saying defensively, but my point is like, look, at the end of the day, Chelsea play with the ball most of the time. We're gonna be with the ball most of the time. I need him to do more forward vertical passes. That game against Tottenham, right? When we changed.
Chelsea Babs, don't waste your time, bro. Be like me. Play the long game. We'll just hold it for now, but we'll be shameless when the time comes. We'll be shameless.
When I tell you,
hold on a second. No, he's talking about Jorginho.
No. Oh, Lukaku, yeah, definitely.
I'll hold it for
about
now.
Jorginho.
You ain't holding nothing.
No, but like Lukaku, yeah, definitely. I'm still on that Lukaku train, but like Jorginho, I'm saying is the fact that I've been off the train for a while. That people insulted me and they were like, "Oh, bro, he's a European champion. Look at what he's doing. He's the only one that can control the game." I was like, man. He's a sideways passer, that's his game, right? Now you look at the game again with Tottenham. When we played against Tottenham, right? That was the first game.
We played him 4 times this season.
No, my bad. Like was it the last time we played them, right? The last one we played, yeah. No, the last one we played them. We played them, right? So yeah, in Stamford Bridge. The way we played was so different in the sense that forget the formation change. Like I always tell people say Tuchel changes formation, whatever about that. We play differently. No, we play more vertical in a sense, right? We didn't play sideways. So when that happened, right, I saw Jorginho's deficiency in the sense that he had time on the ball while people were in front of him, and he couldn't still pick a pass over the top to like that. You know those over the top passes like Lampard used to do that goes directly on your foot, or that he goes over the top. He doesn't have that.
For me, the Chelsea fans that saying that like we a possession team, have a really big problem with that sentence. We are possession team, but we are holding possession in the wrong place. A possession is between defenders and Jorginho instead of being on the other side and pressing these defenders. That's what problem with Jorginho.
It's possession with no intent.
Exactly, possession with no intent. Exactly.
But guess what? But are we going to put that? We have to put that on one person, which is honestly.
It's not just on Jorginho. I'm sorry.
It's on Tuchel. It's on Tuchel.
This narrative. This narrative
look,
that it's just on Jorginho is boring.
The problem is we don't have a single DM.
No, I understand that. Look at what I mean about Tuchel, right?
Listen, this topic, philosophy. There's no point even going into it because people are not going to want to listen. Innit? There's no point.
Exactly, Master. That's why I'm saying this is a topic that nobody wants to hear, bro. But look, that's on Tuchel because his philosophy is defending with the ball. You know, he doesn't want us to defend without the ball. So basically, just keep the ball till we find a certain opening that we could, penetrate and might score a goal, might create a chance. So look, yeah, on the all time, our players will have that 1v1 chance, but like most of the attackers are only 3 of them, and we have like 7 defensive type players and 5 defenders and 2 defensive type players in the mid. While you have 3 attackers that are really isolated and have to work on their own, really. So I mean, and it doesn't help that we have trash ass fullbacks, helping us right now. That Rich James and Sule are not here. But so the point is like, we don't play vertical. So by the time that the ball gets to our attackers, they have 3 guys on them, 2 guys on them. We need to play faster like what we did against Tottenham. That was the best thing I've seen with the vertical passing. Everybody's running forward, and to the point that we're not passing sideways to look for a time to penetrate. Just take some risk. Be fast.
Bro, listen, Chelsea Babs, I told you, man, the people are not going to want to hear it. So
I'm telling you,
there's no point
on Tuchel's table. You don't want to hear that, but something falls on Tuchel's lap. You might say whatever. We don't have the players. Use that. Like I've always said before, and Alonso scored last week. We could say that, but for him starting Alonso and Aspen in like Premier League games, that time where we're not winning any Premier League games, I feel like it was just detrimental to him. There's no way you cannot find 2 guys, even in the youth team, that will do better, that will have pace, which is what we're really lacking on that fullback position because we keep the ball most of the time.
So you want to play 2 youth players in a team that's already one of the youngest in the league in position where you go, especially where how we used to play with the five at the back, where they need to be up and down. Like this is the thing. The issue with the right and left back is on the board because they got these people in there and they failed to get rid of them for years.
Look,
and the thing is as well is for as much as Alonso and Aspi lacking in areas, the one thing you can rely on them for is experience, which we have basically none of in this squad. Basically none of in this squad.
Bro, at the end of the day, bro, they have all the experience they could have, right? We went through those games in the Premier League where we're drawing 8 games, and you can see the build-up play between Alonso and Ashley was really killing us, right? Right? If we want to play this system, right, we could not play with guys that they don't want to overlap. They don't know how to cross the ball accurately. They don't want to combine very well. It's just pass back sideways. They love that type of game. So the point is, I understand what you're saying, experience and whatever. We've had the most experience between both of them, and we're still dropping hello points in the Premier League. I think because they're affecting the build-up play, right? The main thing about that build-up play is the pace on the wings from the fullbacks. At least, even if it's just one of them, which is Alonso.
And look what's happened. We adapted that, put Sarr at left back, and our attacking play got worse because he's not a left back.
Because Sarr is not a good left back. So why is it Sarr? Why we
because defensively he was better than Alonso defensively. But guess what? Offensively, he's worse.
Look,
they're both. So then he doesn't look. So this is the thing. Everyone kept talking about. Hang on, Monster. Hang on. Everyone kept talking about the fact that Kovacic kept overlapping all the time. Why is it that Kovacic has overlap? Because Sarr
doesn't overlap.
So then when Kovacic is overlapping, hang on, when Kovacic is overlapping,
because Alonso doesn't overlap like that anyway.
Bring a guy.
The thing is, so when Kovacic is overlapping as well, this has a knock-on effect. When Kovacic and Mount keep overlapping,
you do realize there's no left back in the youth team, right? They just bought one.
What's the name?
He's not a left back.
Lewis Hall.
I don't care.
Lewis Hall.
Put him somewhere. Yeah, put someone that has speed. Like we talking about experience.
It's not just about
it's
speed.
Not just about that. We've seen that. No, I'm sorry. We've seen that this season with Cho and Pulisic. That just because you have speed doesn't mean shit. Pulisic got fucking outdone by Solly March playing at wing back. I don't want to hear about
Pulisic is not
need
speed.
That was just one instant. That wasn't like the reality.
Like Pulisic,
this guy got outbeat. He got fake shotted 4 times in a row by Solly March. No disrespect to Solly March.
Again, hold on. Listen. It's as simple as this. Yeah, as I've always stated, because I like Son. I like the way he's improved. I'm hoping he continues to do well so that we can sell him for a good price at the end of the season. He brings in money. We use that money to buy whatever attacker that needs to be, or whatever player needs to be bought. But like I said, in order to be a fullback at Chelsea, you've got to be good both ways. So you've got to be able to defend, and you've got to be able to overlap and provide attacking support to your freaking wingers. Sarr, hold on, when Sarr plays, he doesn't provide no support to the attack at all. He's good defending, but supporting the attack, I don't even. This guy doesn't even overlap in it. Do you get what I mean?
And Alonso
can't defend. Overlapping, he doesn't even overlap like that. And when the ball comes to him from attack,
well, I told you why he doesn't. I told you why he doesn't. He doesn't do it because if he crosses and not go and reach the target, he's gonna get caught out of position, and he doesn't have a pace to come back.
So he's useless.
And the thing is as well,
he is.
I was going to say, Monster.
We know he's useless. We know he's useless, but we have. I don't understand why we
have to manage it.
Yeah, we have
but the thing is, so
we have to manage until the end of the season. That's it.
With this as well,
so the end of the season,
we also need top 4, and we also need.
But Alex, let me ask Alex. Alex, let me ask you this question. So, I mean, if Chelsea don't sell Alonso or get rid of Alonso at the end of the season, and we're forced to have to use him again, how would you feel about that?
Oh, he's on a last year contract. We're not gonna give him another contract.
Be the same shit. But what I was going to say
I'm saying if we can't get rid of him.
What do you mean? If he's last year contract?
No, he's not. No, next year he's last year. Not this year.
I think he's leaving. He's already said he's leaving for Italy.
He didn't say that. He didn't say
yes,
that.
he did. His manager said that he's leaving. Yeah.
Because the agent
I don't
usually
know,
says
man.
that.
Yeah,
but,
agent, not manager. His agent said.
I don't remember that, man. I don't remember.
Alonso's leaving.
I haven't heard that.
He's
I haven't heard
yes,
this summer.
He was he was upset. He was upset this year, last year technically because it's a month. He was
Lewis is
upset
gas.
last year that Chelsea
I just need
increased.
someone to confirm this.
What?
That he's leaving in the summer.
The only thing I've seen that he's leaving
His
is a
agent
report
said
was
that he
Atletico
wants
Madrid
to go back to play in Italy.
Are you talk? We're not. I think you're talking about Jorginho. We're talking about Alonso.
Alonso wants to go back to Italy.
Oh,
yeah, we're talking about Alonso.
Alex, we'll talk about Alonso, not
You
Jorginho.
do this to me, man.
Bro, Alex so happy. He wanted Jorginho to be out of here.
Lewis was gassed. Lewis, you saw Lewis's face.
You're telling me
Alex, you gotta
Alonso's
get
gone.
Jorginho
You're
out
talking
your
about
head, man.
Jorginho.
You gotta get Jorginho out your head.
Come on, man.
He lives in my head rent free, man.
Listen,
Alonso. I didn't know that.
We just have to let go of these guys, man.
Alonso
Like,
wants to Spain. Alonso wants to go to Spain.
yeah, but no one wants to take his wages on.
Bro, there's no way Willian should have left and Alonso should have not gone with Willian. That crop of players, those crop of players, should have went at the same time. Alonso, Willian, but Alonso.
Yeah, but Willian's
survived how
contract
many managers?
expired, didn't it?
No, it did. It did. And honestly, let me not say what I want to say. Never mind.
Don't say
Nah,
it,
go ahead, man.
Might as well say it, bro.
Bro, just say it.
Honestly, man, Willian. When we look back at it now, man, was Willian that bad for us?
No.
Yes,
We're not
he
doing
was.
this.
So,
We're not
so
doing
would you
this.
rather take Willian or Werner? Keep Werner.
Oh, I'm
They're
taking
both
Willian.
shit, bro. If
No,
this is,
I am taking Willian.
No.
Willian
If we're gonna do Willian v Werner, I would
You're taking Willian. Anyone says otherwise
regrettably
deserves
take
to slap.
Willian. Yeah,
I'll
I'd
take
regrettably
Willian
take
all
Willian,
day.
but it doesn't
They're
change the
both
damn
dog
thing.
I will
shit.
plead the fifth.
That's the lie.
Yeah, you name them ones. I'll do that.
I'm not gonna lie.
I'll plead the
Look,
fifth.
I'll
You
play
guys
the
are
fourth.
just taking the piss. William wasn't that bad.
Yeah,
No,
he
Yes, he
Willian
was.
after 2016 was washed. Willian
He
after
was
2016 was full washed.
No, he wasn't.
Bro,
He was.
Every
No,
Talking
good
about
manager.
Look,
He
talking
had
about
2 good
player.
months after the
Talking about
Barcelona
player
game
that
and Project Restart, and he had nothing else other than
talk
goals.
about
against
no.
Tottenham.
Talk about the player who actually performs when he needs to resign the contract. He literally did that with Chelsea.
Literally. No, I
Yeah,
will
literally.
agree. Willian's peak is better than Werner's peak by a fucking mile. So I will take Willian over
Willian was
Werner,
a
and he
better
does offer
footballer.
more
Plus,
to this game.
But
But Willian
always
still pissed me
Willian,
off.
off the ball.
I'm good.
You know what?
Wait,
you know
hold on,
what
hold on.
I-
Off
you
the
know what I
ball,
didn't like about
Willian's
William the
work
most
rate was
is his
unbelievable.
touch that
Yeah,
always
but so was
bubbles up.
Timo's.
Off the ball.
yeah,
Timo who?
works
Man,
hard.
stop the
Timo, we talk about his work rate. That's one of his only redeemable
What
qualities.
work rate?
So does William.
He got
Yeah, he
work
has
rate.
work
No,
rate.
I'm sorry. Are we literally is the only credit we can give Willian his fucking work rate?
Work
Like,
rate and
Ah,
ball
nah.
progression. Work
He had
rate,
good
ball
shooting as
progression,
well.
free
He had
kick.
good
That's it.
shooting on him as well.
He scored
Yeah,
some
when he
good
didn't have
goals.
deer
He
in the
scored some
headlights
good
look
goals.
about him every time he got into the final third. Yes.
He scored some good goals.
He
for
had a good
Chelsea.
shot, but
Look,
he couldn't pass the
If
first.
William was a
first
centre mid, we'd have a
defender
lot less complaints.
He had a
Bro,
good shot, but he never go past the first defender off the corners.
Bro,
He had
But
a
why
good
does
shot,
Mount? Is
but
it
he
me or
was
does Mount play
murdering-
corners? Wait, does Mount take corners like Willian?
I
At
know,
times?
man.
no.
It
No, he
pisses me
doesn't.
off, man.
He
CH
doesn't.
is good at the
No,
corners.
he's
actually.
better. At
Come on, Mount.
Hey, Monster, you want-
Someone
don't
said
you
it,
dare.
innit? Not
Don't you
me.
dare
But I
compare
agree with that
William's
person as well.
terrible
but
corners to Mount.
William was such a
Hey,
good
Daniel, you
want to
tell me
though.
Mount is really good
Fam,
from corners?
Monster,
Better than William, that's for sure.
William
He's
took
better
them
than
for
William.
200. William took them for 278 games, and we didn't get a single goal.
Nah, I gotta give it to Mount. He
Look,
does
look,
get most of his assists from corners.
200,
man.
no, not 20
William-
games, 278
Mount's
corners.
still inconsistent, but you can
Master,
get
Ain't no
better.
roll.
Master, let me put it this way.
William was consistently shit at it.
Look. The people that was covering the front post could press charges against William for assault. Is how many times he hit them with the ball.
I said
That's
this
how
to
bad
Jim.
it was.
Listen,
I
people
said
say,
this to Jim a couple months
his
ago.
corners are trash, and also that's how he gets his big chances. Which one is it? Are they
No,
trash,
wait.
or is he getting his big?
No, no,
chances?
no.
Yeah, that's
What
what I'm
it
saying,
is-
though. Like,
what
you
it
gotta
is
give him
is
credit because most of his
Mount
assists
is
come off
better
that.
but inconsistent. Mount is
What I
better but
liked
inconsistent.
about
Willian was
only
never
thing I
great
liked
there. He
about
had one
William
good corner
when
in
he
20.
had the ball in the middle and he made that run through the middle with the ball. That's the only good thing I
His
like
one
about William.
shimmy, that one shimmy where he
If,
just did
That
that
shimmy,
little-
that
wait,
to
quick
the
question,
right,
quick
to the
question.
right.
If Willian was in our
Yeah.
team now, will he be a attacker with the most output? Yes or no?
No,
No,
and I'll tell you why.
Yes, he would.
Because
No, he
no,
wouldn't.
he wouldn't. No, Monster.
He
No, he
had
wouldn't.
barely any output.
Monster. No, I'm sorry. I know. I'm sorry. I need to dispel this because Willian. Everyone talks about what is it? Post lockdown Pulisic. Everyone talks about post lockdown Pulisic. Post lockdown Pulisic got the same amount of fucking goals as Willian did in Willian's best season. So no, he wouldn't. Willian was shit. His output was dog shit.
Bro,
And Willian's output in Project Restart,
But
which
yet
was
no one in
one
our
of his
team
best
at
periods at Chelsea,
no one in
was
our team
mainly
at
dependent
Chelsea.
on set pieces because
Boys,
Jorginho was on the
Wow,
bench.
nobody
just-
can.
wait,
No one can score
wait,
two
Daniel,
goals and
Daniel,
have two assists in 38 games. Wow.
In all
crazy.
comps, in all comps.
Oh
all
my
comps.
god. Oh yeah, let's count the games against fucking Brentford in the fucking Carling Cup.
all
We don't
comps,
care,
bro.
bro.
No,
We
Daniel,
don't
you're
care.
shameless. You're shameless, bro.
No, you're
Shameless.
shameless.
Brentford
No,
You're
are Premier
shameless.
you lot are shameless. Before
If
that,
you score,
lot are
listen,
just
bro.
shameless.
Look, listen to this. If you score 10 goals and 8 of them are in the Carling Cup, I can't respect you.
Okay, cool.
I
We don't
can't.
respect most of our attackers anyway.
I can't. That's what he was doing. Babs, you know it, bro.
Man got a point. Man got a point.
He got a point.
Hey, he's still got double digits.
Man who scored 10 goals, 8 of them are in the Carling Cup. I'm not doing that, bro. We're not doing
Wait,
that.
hold on, who are you
Majority
talking
were
about?
penalties and set pieces in Project
William.
Restarts, and nothing was from open play with him anyway. It was just he made more chances than he did over the rest of the season. But he also
And he
won
was-
his
no,
contract.
But this,
You
but
know,
this is the same
somebody
bit.
put it in the chat.
chances
Pedro,
created,
man.
Damn, he had 3
Man.
months where his
Pedro-
corners were good.
Pedro-
3 months. That
Pedro
was
is
it.
Out of
clear.
7 years.
Pedro should never be put in
all of our
Pedro
tactics that we
should
have.
Bam,
never,
Willie had 3
ever.
months where his corners were good and we gave him
Lewis,
Player of the
Lewis.
Year. Can you imagine that?
Pedro was in our team. He'll be our best player.
Yes,
I
yes,
agree with that.
yes,
Pedro
yes,
was
I
a
agree
baller.
with that.
Lewis,
On one
Lewis,
set,
you
one set,
brought
everyone
up
stop,
something.
everyone stop. Scott, what are you saying?
I was saying you brought up something. Chances created. That is the biggest myth in football.
It actually
People understand
is.
how the chances created that works.
Tell
The
Daniel,
people
bro.
who are set piece takers get the most chances created because they take all the fucking set pieces. That's why Willian's output or like chances created was so good. That's why Mounts is so good because they take all the set pieces.
Bro,
It's
why
the
do you think
biggest
Bruno
myth in
Fernandez's chance creation is that freaking? He
Very
takes
That's
all the
cap.
corners and
It's
bam.
That's cap because then why weren't people
It's not
scoring
cap.
from Williams
It's
free
not cap.
kicks?
It's the biggest myth in
Yo.
football.
Why wasn't anybody
You know
scoring?
Daniel was going to interrupt there, bro.
I just want to say
It's
something
cap.
though. Like,
It's
look,
not.
When
It's
he
the
said
biggest myth
Martin
in
his
football.
free chance than
James
William.
Ward-Prowse isn't top of the list, and he takes more free kicks and corners than anybody. He's never top of the
Who?
list.
Who?
did somebody say?
So he should automatically be top 10 every year just based on that.
Who?
James
Who?
Ward-Prowse.
James Ward-Prowse.
Oh, look, man.
Oh,
Someone said something
okay.
about Pedro being the best player if he was over here. I
He
remember
would be.
that one season. I remember that one season when Pedro would get the ball from the mid and he starts dribbling around in circles and everything.
Spinning
I'm
in
like,
circles,
Pedro.
bro.
I'm like,
Nah,
Pedro,
but listen, let's
your
not
goal is
let's
that
not go
way.
because listen, in today's game, Pedro will be a world class player. Like he would be.
Easy. He wasn't.
Easy.
He is a world class player before.
No,
he came
but
to
in
Chelsea.
his day, he was never counted as a world class player.
No,
Yeah,
that's what I'm
like
saying.
he was
That's
doing
what
work
I'm
for
saying.
Barca, bro. He was doing work.
he was
He was
really
putting
good.
in
at
work.
Barca.
Serious
I
work.
swear,
for
I swear he
Barca.
scored in like every final they played.
By the
So,
way,
yeah, I don't even know. Will any of our attackers, any of our players?
Oh,
reach
now you
that
guys care about
potential?
GA? Voila.
Nah, don't disrespect Pedro, please. Like, let's not do that, bro.
Like Pedro.
Like,
Pirouettes in GA, man. Pirouettes in GA. That was
the
that
reason
was.
why I
don't
don't
listen,
think
Daniel.
the reason
Daniel,
why
I can
the
give
reason
you,
why
I
I
can
don't
give you the
think
other
Hey,
players.
you're
Pedro.
not
but
in
let Pedro
pirouettes,
go.
huh?
Look,
Let Pedro go,
the
bro.
reason I don't think Pedro will do anything in our team because
because of
Pedro
the
needs
system.
Fabregas.
No, he doesn't.
And we
That's a
have
lie.
Jorginho.
System we play, man.
That's a
He
lie.
didn't need. He didn't
Alex,
need
Alex,
him. The
Alex,
majority
that's
of
a
it
falsehood
was
because we
with
all
the
need
trash ass
Fabregas.
system.
Let's be completely honest about that.
Pedro as well. Pedro was a shooter. He did everything.
Yes, but he also play after shoulders.
Uh-huh.
He played it.
Yeah, right. Thank you.
I mean, did you ever see
In
that
this
game
system-
against Man U,
in
the
this
Champions
system-
League final?
Our forward line is not working. This
Yeah,
system, our
right.
forward line is not working. No matter who you
And-
put it
and-
in, you can
right.
put
Bring Salah. Bring Salah
Pel-
right now.
no. The only
Better
player player would have, it's probably Maradona because he can carry the ball from midfield
Oh,
and
Hazard.
score
Oh
the
yeah,
goal.
I've always said that there will be
Hazard.
Yeah,
players,
you kind of have to
players
make
with
your own
low center of
champions in that
gravity.
team.
Players with low center of gravity, like
Yeah.
Aguero,
Yeah.
Messi,
Hazard.
Hazard, those type of footballers.
Yeah. Right. But like,
You
if
ain't
you
got
bring
low center
Salah,
of
if
gravity,
you
you're
bring
not
Salah
succeeding
here
as a
and you
team.
think Salah will score
That's the
15 goals
problem
up
why
on,
Pulisic get
man.
injured a lot, because he plays like a low gravity person, but he's not protecting himself. If you think about it, he does not lower
He
his knees
invites
when
the
he's
fouls,
running.
man.
He play the what?
Bro,
He
they
doesn't
just
know how
foul
to
him. They
foul.
just
Yeah,
foul him
he
a
doesn't know
lot. They
how to
just
put
foul
his
him.
body to not get the legs scrambled.
He doesn't
Hazard
have a
is
fat
master
ass.
at
He
it.
doesn't have a fat
Yeah,
ass. Like,
Pulisic.
Hazard,
He
no
invites
homo.
it.
Like,
Yeah,
bro,
but
like,
Hazard had badunka dunk. I know that.
yeah,
But
Hazard is different.
I remember against Porto
Hey,
last
yo.
season where they were just kicking him and kicking him. I was fearing that he would get injured.
too much blackened for me.
Whoa! What'd you just say?
He
Alex,
mean,
go back a
he's
second.
trying to say too blacked.
Black,
I
yeah, black.
was just making sure I heard that right.
Wait, what did you call it? Blacked? What you call it? What you call it?
Daniel, leave me alone, man. You knew what I was saying.
Nah,
Also,
Google
leave me
real
alone,
quick
man.
for me, bro.
Alex,
Google
why you
it for
call
me.
it
Monster, by the way, it's
Remember
your
that?
fault. You started. You scarred me for life with this shit.
No, I told you to Google it, bro. But I
know,
said
but
use
the
the
monster
private
was
browser.
beside-
You always got to
I
use the
did-
private browser, bro.
Alex,
But
why
the
you call it
monster was the
championship?
one
You
that
got
said it in the
experience.
chat.
Come on, man.
Alex,
Some time.
Alex, why you call it championship league? It's Champions League.
Blackened.
Who is this fucking beautiful girl on this BBC show?
What the? That's the first thing you say in this conversation.
You know when Klausref doesn't say anything for ages, he's just reloading the wildest bullshit.
Hey, Klausref, speak your mind, bro.
Man, she is so pretty, and she's an independent woman.
Yeah, that's what you like.
You just turn your camera for
Like,
that now.
Klausref, are you okay, mate?
Did he forget he's not muted?
Oh my gosh, she is so nice.
Yo, chill out, bro. Chill out, bro. This nigga is enjoying himself.
Alan Sugar is not saying you're fired to her. Alan Sugar is not saying you're fired to her.
Oh, he's watching
The Apprentice.
Bro, we're talking about football, man.
Big old William, Lukaku, Rudiger, Christensen debate. Man, watching The Apprentice through all of it. This guy, man.
5 sacking, and he hasn't fired a girl.
Might be time to lock it down, bro.
Hell, man.
Sometimes you need to remove the.
Klausref, have you got
and
anything
let
on the
blood
football
go in.
topics that we've had today?
Football
Klausref,
talk.
what you
Yeah,
think about
I
Timo
think
Werner?
Rudiger contract. I think the people are trying to say like Rudiger are not like same page with the board. I think they both are on the same page. They are telling Rudiger, you find the best offer and we'll match it. Because he gave us 2 years of probably like free labor. So they're probably going to respect him, and they're going to say like, get the best offer
Not a
from
slave,
PSG,
bro.
and we are going to give you
He's
that.
on a paid contract.
Hey, Klausref, did they get
Okay.
whipped
You
while
trying to
doing
say he's
it?
a slave?
He's still a slave, to be honest.
Who got no? Who got 2 years of free? What?
Catherine,
Free labor?
Catherine. Oh, Catherine is such a beautiful girl.
My guy's a
Nah, bro.
Bro, go jack off, bro. Go do something else, bro.
Like I said,
Yeah, bro. Release that tension, man.
wrist, man. Release that wrist.
Go release that
blood.
tension,
Let
bro.
the blood flow go, man.
Go do what you gotta do. Come back when you got football to talk about.
Nah, don't come back, man. Don't come back.
I'm with him on this one. Do not come back.
Oh my fucking
go beat up, bro.
I am more concerned he's watching The Apprentice.
Nah. Keep that freaky shit over there, bro. Don't come back with that.
This nigga is a freak.
Moving horrific. For fuck's sake, man. Right, Dinishin said Lukaku only runs straight. It's easy to target. Right now, he's
What
better.
What about Werner though? Werner is
It's not running. It's a skiing.
Bro,
He
I wanted
has
to
a size-
talk about that.
His shoes
Has
are
any-
size 53, man. It's
Has
not
anyone
running.
noticed that
It's skiing.
Werner's not
And
quick anymore?
Yo,
He's not quick
Monster.
anymore.
Monster,
Yeah,
remember
Werner
those,
doesn't
face
remember,
like- I don't think he
Monster,
even wants
remember
to
those
try.
stepovers by Lukaku?
Oh, those steppers were good, man. Good steppers.
Yo, so wait, I guys want to ask you
Hold
something.
that.
I know y'all
I
reviewed
said I
that
still
Plymouth
have a
game.
hope. Hold
Monster,
that.
Monster.
Yo.
Do you think the ball was terrible or Werner just backed out? Or
It wasn't.
No,
It wasn't the best ball.
That ball was terrible.
It wasn't the best ball, but it wasn't a terrible ball. And Werner could have got there, but he pulled
That's
out.
the thing, and the thing is he could have got there and got the foul, and it like he could have got the red card and everything, but he pulled out.
Yeah,
You guys think he just doesn't want to play no more?
It wouldn't have
I don't think Werner would have ever. To be honest, yeah.
would have taken the pen.
Listen, a lot. It just depends on how you're feeling or how your confidence is, isn't it? A lot of players, if your confidence is not that high,
he didn't play. This is how hamstrings are coming. Actually,
yeah. Like I don't necessarily. I don't blame him.
Played for 5 minutes before.
I don't blame him for pulling out as well because he could have prevented an injury. In it,
it took a business decision. He just came back from injury. You think he's gonna get hurt again, so he goes out for like another 3 months. By that time, his stocks are low. Next thing you know, we're loaning him to some kind of championship team. I think he wants to get out of here. You know what I mean? So like,
I've said this before. He should be the first attacker sold in the window. He should be the first one out the door.
No. He's German. He's not gonna get sold.
No, he should be the first one out the door. He's got
Harvard. Listen,
he should
we've
be
got
the first one out the
Harvard.
door.
We've got
Number one, of all of our attackers,
if you want him to be sold, we need to keep him healthy. You need to think it that way. If you want him to be sold, he needs to be healthy.
Do you guys think
of
he
all
has
of our
a market
attackers,
now?
he is our highest upside.
In the Bundesliga, he does have a market, probably.
He always has a market right now. He's young.
Yeah, that's what I meant. I didn't mean upside. I meant he's got. If you look at all the factors, so the fact of how much we paid for him, so how much we're going to want back, his previous record. That's the thing. Like he'll have that in the bank in the Bundesliga.
The thing is, what we got to hope for as well. We got to hope that that Bayern don't get, which I don't think they will, but pray that Bayern don't get by Haaland.
Yeah.
Because then both Bayern and Dortmund are in need for a striker in it. So, you know.
You think Bayern is going to offer Haaland's wages?
It's not going to be his wage. Oh, you took back to Haaland.
Will go for
I think they will.
No, they won't. He's asking for like 500K.
Bro, Bayern Munich will go for Lukaku. Trust me.
They cannot even afford Sule's wages, man.
Look, Lukaku is not going anywhere.
No, but they gave Sane. They gave Sane some really good money, man. I mean, Sane is part of the reason.
For cheap.
Sane is part of the reason why they're losing these players because they gave him so much money, and now it created a domino effect where Alaba and all these guys, they want the same money, and now you see where they are. That's why they're losing these guys.
No, but that way, Alaba was not just on Sane though. Alaba was on Lewandowski and Muller too. He's been here for the same time they have been. I mean, he feels like
but they gave. But when Sane kind of pushed it, like, come on, the guy just came in and you've given him more money.
And yeah.
Sane is on 275.
Yeah, they did it. They got Sane because they didn't got Cho. If they would have got Cho, Sane wouldn't. They wouldn't got.
I wish we got Sane.
They probably
but we end up with the.
Koeman probably would have left. It just would have meant Koeman probably left. They probably still would have got both of them, but Koeman would have left because at the time, that was when. At the time of when
very good winger, bro.
When they got when they wanted Cho and they were going to get and they got Sane, Koeman was having those knee problems, and that was when I think the interview came out. Sorry, where he was like, "If I get one more bad knee injury, I'm retiring." So they probably would have got both and sold Koeman.
Yo,
why is our club so racist to black players?
Man, y'all said Cho was going to go for 80
mil. Wait, why are you asking that question, Class? What made you think that?
What is wrong with English teams? Why are they so racist with black players?
Wait, why are you asking that? What made you think that?
Yeah, you need to go into depth on that because you're going into dangerous territory. So
I'm not going like Germany always like to have players who have been institutionally wronged by a different country. Like probably like Jamal Musiala, then Jude Bellingham, and Jadon Sancho, and then for Bayern Munich, Gnabry was getting bullied by Arsenal fans.
What are you talking about? What's that got to do with race?
Let me finish. Bayern Munich had a.
points.
Bayern Munich had a very much interest with Hudson-Odoi because they thought Chelsea was stopping his progress, and they were right at that time.
VJ, you
But
learn
no, they don't want Cho right now. But Sane was not getting proper opportunities with City because they preferred Phil Foden over him. So they bought him back. And right now, I heard like Chelsea are kind of like giving some compensation to some black players in 1990s or something.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Did you guys see that report?
Yeah, I did too. But before that, guys, let me go. Lewis, please just let me go. Let me go. I need to talk to him.
He came back with such a different angle to that. If you were talking about that particular thing, you went from way.
Okay,
that's why I asked him what made him think of it, because I was thinking, is it because of the report that came out today?
Fam,
I mean, that's like going to China.
I'm about to lose it. Let me go off. Let me go off for a second. Class ref, first of all, 1990s. What the fuck does that have to do with anything right
listen,
now?
Germany is a very safe haven.
No. We let you finish. Let me finish my point.
Germany is a safe haven. Do I need to teach you history? Do I need to teach you history?
Yeah, no, the Bible's talking about Cho, right?
I'm the victim of it. I'm Russian. I'm the victim of your hospitality.
Exactly.
Germany is a really safe haven now.
He's about Germany.
These guys, bro.
Isn't Jadon Sancho made in Germany?
Yes,
we only
sure.
like Germany only attracts black players.
You realize in the last year,
trying to say.
We don't sign a black goalkeeper for one thing. We don't sign
Lukaku. Let's just end this top, lad. It's a good thing Chelsea are paying those players because what they suffered was messed up. And it's a good thing, obviously, Roman, because people are asking why are Chelsea paying? It was the previous administration. When you buy Chelsea, like Roman did, you also buy the history. So you also have to take the burden of what the club did in the past. And they're paying the players now, which is a good thing. And now hopefully those guys, they move on and they can finally move on with their life and hopefully get past the trauma of what happened to them, because it was messed up. Roman
is a big advocate in things like that. You know, obviously he's Jewish too, right? So so you know, like
he's not happy with German hospitality either.
Trust me, he doesn't want that German hospitality, bro. But I know what class rep is trying to say. Germany is really more really progressive with the racial teaching or whatever, you know. But don't get it wrong.
Didn't Phil Foden got a chance over Jadon Sancho, and Mason Mount got a chance over Hudson-Odoi?
The thing is, it still happens in Germany. Literally less than 2 months ago, a news article came out about a racist incident in the Bundesliga 2.
It happens everywhere in Europe.
We're not talking about racist incident. We are talking about institutional racism. We're not talking about fan racism.
I think we need
Bro, you need a different podcast for that.
Listen, like we said, Chelsea have paid. They've paid the players, and those players will hopefully get what they need to get past the situation. And it's a fucked up thing that happened to them.
At the same time, Chelsea was the first club that actually had the player, right? It was the first. Is the Chelsea the first club in England that had the black player in? Is that
no?
I don't think so. But
I think it was West Brom with Cyril Regis.
Or we had the first black manager. That's what we had.
Okay.
That
was Ruud Gullit.
You're thinking what a player he was too.
Yeah, Ruud Gullit was such a good player.
Yeah, you're thinking of Paul Cannavale.
There was a Cho. I saw something. Somebody posted a picture of Cho talking interview with somebody, some player that used to play for Chelsea. He's older now, back in the 90s. I don't know where's the interview coming from or when will it come out. But I saw some picture that he's talking about. I thought it was like a aviation jacket the guy was wearing. Like I was like, what was that picture from? If I
are you
see
talking
it
about? Are you sure it wasn't Chalobah and Paul Cannavale? No, he was a player from the the 80s. The guy that
80s.
suffered.
Okay.
He's one of the players that suffered.
Oh, so that's why the
terrible.
Yeah,
interview
he was the
probably
first
was.
black player to play for Chelsea. He wasn't the first black player to
Yeah,
play
and
for
he
Oh, okay,
what they
okay,
did
okay.
what they did to him was
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
I could imagine that. That's UK.
Yeah, that was when we had the
the
National Front coming to
like-
games and everything, and
like-
these lot wouldn't buy tickets if he was playing for the club and shit like that.
No, but it
They
wasn't
checked
just
the
that.
lineups
He
before
was-
each game.
he
If he
was
was playing,
racially-
they wouldn't buy tickets.
I wasn't just he was racially abused by his
so-
own players, and then he beat up the player that racially abused him, and the club kicked him out. They kicked him out. Chelsea kicked him out of the club because of it. But
It wasn't
the
a
story
Odoi,
on
it
Paul
was
Canada was infuriating.
yeah. If
Chalaba,
you want to,
I
if you want to check it out, then you can go.
yeah, it's Chalaba.
Story out, innit?
I didn't know that. But is it on the like? But if Roman does something about it, big up to the Roman, man. I tell
They
you
already
what,
have.
Roman
They already have.
done, no. Roman done a lot of things. If somebody said during the COVID, somebody on Talk Sports came and said that Chelsea Football Club contacted the players that played in the 50s, 60s, the vulnerable ones during the COVID, and asked them if they need help and stuff like that. Just with anything because they are so old and in a high risk, so they can see if they can help with it. And what's his name? Somebody on the sport. None other club did that, and during those 2 years of COVID, the first 2 years of COVID, that's the one thing he did it. Second, Roman Dunn put his hotel for the NHS, and nobody got fired during his time. Meanwhile, Arsenal fired the mascot.
They firing dinosaurs over there.
Yeah, and stuff like that. And Tottenham put on furloughs. None of the Chelsea's. By the way, when VJ put that financial report, you can see how much that particular part of COVID influences Rudiger's contract this season. This is what VJ was talking about earlier, that Chelsea just cannot afford more than that. And at the same time, I think they wanted to put stop to that nonsense with the wages with what we have right now.
So
plus,
go ahead,
another thing that people don't know, that what's the name? There's a specific. There's what's the name of that? He did a lot of. Do you remember there was a soccer football team that got stuck in a cave for like a week?
Was that Chilean?
Yeah. I heard that the Roman privately flew them to one of the matches that they were and stuff like that. He does a lot of things like that.
I can't remember. Yeah, crazy. Yeah, Roman's done a lot for this club, man. Like,
I mean, Roman has done a lot of things, but
he's not even allowed in the country.
That he has not done.
Oh, he is allowed now. He is allowed.
Alex,
I know that, but he's not allowed to have business.
Alex, you're talking about this guy Tony Cascarano or that guy in Talk Sports, right? Yeah.
He said that Chelsea Football Club personally called everybody of like older age players and see if they can help them with anything. And they apparently send money and stuff like that to them, so they can during that particular time. Chelsea, the only club that did it.
We didn't stop playing even. We didn't stop paying even the Cascarino. Yeah,
what?
Tony
Cascarino on the Talk Sports.
He used to play for us, didn't he?
Don't do that.
Yeah.
Cascarino.
Monster, I hate Arsenal, but one thing I have to give. Arsenal and Crystal Palace are much way ahead than compared to Chelsea when it comes to equality and tackling racism.
Yeah, now
they're not.
What?
Hold on, nowadays.
No, they're not
Crystal
because
Palace
nowadays.
I'm trying to say they have the most black players on the team.
Let me answer.
That's what's
My guy, I'll ask Adebayor what he thinks about Arsenal.
Hold on. Nowadays, I don't think so. Not Chelsea have kind of closed that gap. Back in the day, yeah, because these were clubs that were brought up off, or highly supported by black people in London.
First of all, it depends what kind of financial backup club has. For example, not the owners, but the public around it. You know how Dortmund is considered working class team, because there's factories and those kind of like versus Bayern. There's for example, Chelsea also been known that it's a rich neighborhood, rich people. Rich people, white people, typically back in the days, it's
They were
different.
called like the pensioners or something like that.
Yeah. That's what
Yeah,
I'm trying to say. Back in the day, it's a different thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? When it used to be,
It wasn't just rich people though, was it, for Chelsea?
well,
I mean, it
I
wasn't
know
just rich
that,
people.
but you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Like,
I mean, times have changed. I mean,
It's not the
understand.
worker
course
class,
not.
right?
When we talk about, let's talk about racism and everything. If you want to say, obviously, it's not the same thing as it was in the 80s or the 90s because more people are more informed now. The internet is a good thing because it made the world a little bit smaller, so everybody kind of knows and exactly more informed to how it is. But it's still
you
a
can
big deal in
expose
football.
them quicker. You can
Yeah,
expose
you
them.
can expose them, and there are more
You want to be a
consequences
racist,
of
we'll
things
get you
like
the
that.
fuck out of here.
Yeah, it's a whole lot of consequences, but there's still something called institutional racism, like Klesher said. It is true, but if you want to talk about that, you're gonna have to go deep into it and
Way deeper
do
than
some
that.
more research. That you know what I mean. But
What
at the
I'm
end
trying
of
to
the
say,
day,
working class usually more diversity in the working class fans than is the rich. That's what I was trying to say. When the
but
rich people versus
understandable about that, Alex. And it's not even about that. Some other smaller teams kind of have like the cult based following, like a fan that they've been. It's
Yeah.
like in their family. So I mean, come on, like those games in Eastern European, some Eastern European countries that you have their ultras. They'll come with their racist people. That club has
what's the
been
name of that?
so a lot of them.
Macedonia.
Exactly. I mean, Hungary, going to Hungary and places like that, you always face racist things like that because those guys they're just ignorant. We call them ignorant now because they should know better. So they're ignorant to the fact and the fact that it's just something embedded in their system and in their club. And a lot of people do not like to change the status quo. No, leave it as it is. This is what my father was supporting. We don't want no black players or things like that. You know what I mean? So a lot of things have to change, but like you said, I mean, some clubs are bigger to expose, more reasonable and more knowledgeable people. You see more progression in the club. There's some clubs that are just tied down to their same roots, and you see the fans not being held accountable for the bullshit they do, and that's some clubs and some.
I think Chelsea is going better for what what used to be Chelsea. Back what people saying like but what happened before.
Yeah, Chelsea,
do you think you can? I'm not. Master, do you see the progression?
Of course.
Baba,
Chelsea's a much better club. You could tell there's a big difference in going to the club in the 90s or early 2000s compared to now. It's much better.
This is also a world issue too. So.
But even today, we do have clubs like that, right? I think you guys can, probably since you're on the ground, you might probably know about it better, right? Like clubs like Millwall, like I always hear things about.
I live right near Millwall, and it's still quite bad.
Yeah, Millwall
exactly.
It's still quite bad. It hasn't changed over there. They are still the same. They're still the same. They're no different.
Where?
Millwall.
Yeah.
And there's some people that are just ignorant. That's the main thing. I mean, like
Millwall still has the problem.
Yeah, still have the same problem.
I mean, bro. Look, at the end of the day, 40,000 people come to see Chelsea play in the stadium. You cannot tell me all 40,000 Chelsea fans are not racist over there. There's still racism in every part, obviously.
Every ground.
Well, not only.
But like Klazra was talking about Arsenal. Like I still tell you about the experience I've had at the Emirates over the
every
last
ground.
few years.
But the main thing is like
you had incidents at the Emirates, Lewis?
Yeah, I got racially abused when we got knocked out the Carabao Cup in the second leg.
Exactly.
Arsenal fans. So Arsenal fans definitely aren't innocent. They've racially abused Adebayor. They've racially abused Wilfred Zaha as well. There are fans like this in every fan base, not just Chelsea.
We're always going to see where it comes down to it.
Someone says, "Monster, how are you able to live near Millwall with your limbs still intact?" I live. Most of those Millwall fans, they don't even live in. The area is called Bermondsey. They don't live in Bermondsey no more. They moved to Eltham, Kent. But I live on the black side. Do you get what I mean? I live in Peckham, which is the black side.
But this is what Lewis just said. This is the thing is like there is racism in every club because as a country, although we are getting better, as a country, racism is still rife, and it won't improve until society improves because There's
That's
always
facts.
going to be these type of people.
For me,
And
I
it-
think for me it starts with the parents and the kids.
Yeah.
Education.
I mean,
100%.
we could say
For
that,
me,
bro.
it's the parents and the kids. If you teach your kids,
But like,
it's
You know
gonna
what
be
I
good.
don't. You know what I don't like about it is how certain fan bases would use things like racism to
Are
point
you
for.
again in a kids' library, man? I hear.
I'm
Yo,
in a
you
coffee
got
shop.
a lot of background noise, bro.
I was
Man's calling from the coffee shop.
No, it's a
Sound like
library.
he's in HMV and that.
What
He
kind
is
of
a
coffee
coffee
shop
shop.
has a books behind you?
Bro, he is investing on NFTs right now. I think he's a rich man.
Oh, shit.
John Terry. Oh, you
Ape
know John
Club,
Terry, huh?
that's actually
By
good.
the way,
What is
did
this,
you see
man?
how
This
much
is-
hate John Terry got for those NFTs?
Yeah.
he's, he's blocking
Hey.
everyone.
Because
Hey,
he
No,
knows what he's
I'll be
doing.
real. Like the apes aren't the problem. I just thought the William one was hella dodge.
it
I'll
was
still
just
stand by that. The
hilarious.
William one
What
was
What about
tough.
the what about the
but
Tammy one as well?
What
No,
about
the
Memphis
Tammy
Depay?
one, like the monkey was a different color. William's
Oh,
one
was
was
it?
a brown ape. I was like, what are you doing, bruv?
No, what about Memphis Depay? Memphis Depay said, I
The
used
funny-
to
that
call
the-
the monkey.
Well,
The
Tommy,
pie
That
one
Tommy
one's
said
tough.
thank you.
I don't care about the apes because it is what it is. I don't think that's racist. It's just the design. But Williams one, nah, people thought that was racist. I don't blame them because that looks
It's not,
dodgy.
it's not, it's not racist. It's not racist. It's just.
Then you know what? It's ignorant as fuck.
It's because
one or the other.
it's because John
but I
Terry
don't
has a
think he
track
makes them.
record of things like this.
What?
That's it.
That's got
the
go
main
through
reason
people
why.
to go onto his Twitter account. He's got to have a PR team or
100%.
something.
If
And
it
no
was
one
somebody
looked at
else,
that
it
and
will
thought,
not be
With
with
fine.
somebody
your
else, no one
history,
will say.
maybe we
John
shouldn't
Terry
post
just
that.
has a. It just has a track record of things like this. It's just like Luis Suarez posting that.
You need
It would
more
have been like,
awareness.
you know, like
There
you
was
feel me?
zero
Yeah.
awareness in
Everyone
that
would say
one.
If
something.
like Luis Suarez posted had the NFTs with what's the name?
Monkey.
With vampires, like
Yeah. Fucking Suarez, man. The cannibal.
Yes, we do have a confirmation that Mendy has traveled, right, to Dubai.
He is
Uh,
traveling.
Yeah. I think it's on the way to Dubai.
To quickly
It's
speak
not
on that,
Dubai,
yeah.
it's Abu Dhabi, I
People,
think.
listen, for
Monster,
the,
what's the
it's on
say?
nearby, buddy.
Say.
no. Do you know what it is? Yeah, because
Speak,
before the
speak.
shootout, I saw people say, "Oh, Mendy's gonna embarrass Senegal, this and that."
Speak.
Mendy saved the penalty. Everyone's like, "Oh, but it was a bad penalty."
Oh, that.
Shut up, man. He saved
Hey.
it, so shut up.
no. Look. For me, Mendy became world class today. Even though my usual prediction yesterday, even though my usual predictions are, I'll wait until the person retires, then I look for his whole career and judge it. But to achieve what he achieved in one shot, he will always gonna be on the map because I think international trophies and this and the short period of time is actually get big important. So for me, Mendy should be considered a world class player, even though he's only been on the map for 1 year.
But
It's
Alex,
my
Alex,
personal thing.
Alex,
he's
but
he's
that was
solidified.
the Alex. That was
Yeah,
the
yeah,
kind
yeah.
of like. Remember before the show started, we were talking about it, right? Like you made it seem like I came with an
That's-
agenda.
that's not
hold up.
what-
You-
that's
no.
different.
You made it seem like I came with an agenda. I said something about Kepa because I saw in the TL, bro. Everybody was like, "Oh, yeah, if Mendy is not going to save a penalty, and if Mendy comes back, Kepa still has to be number one." And Mendy
Yeah,
has to fight for
that's
his spot.
right.
That's
I was
laughable.
hearing- I was hearing
Again,
PS
again.
like that.
If people
And,
think
what I
that.
mean? So-
and quite ironically, this goes nicely to what we already had a conversation about. You
No.
know why people are saying that. You know why people are
No.
saying.
Yeah, exactly.
Listen, let's be
Bro,
honest.
bro,
Yeah?
that's
Hold
fact.
on. Let's be honest. In no world is Kepa ever starting
Bro,
over Mendy. There's
bro,
no
exactly.
world that happens.
Exactly.
Monster, look
Like,
at
we
the
need to-
CL,
I mean,
bro.
we need to
look,
stop
Look
those
at
discussions.
Kepa was
No,
trending
Monster,
yesterday, bro.
Kepa
was
Mendy has to look
trending
over his
yesterday,
shoulder though, right?
Yeah,
No
no,
way.
that's
Over
not.
what
This
shoulder?
is
For
bad
what?
comment when people saying Mendy.
No,
should look
I'm
for-
just, I'm
No.
paraphrasing.
I
It's
agree with you,
sarcastic.
Xavi. This is the bad saying when you're saying Mendy should look over his shoulders. No, but what I got with you specifically before the stream is
Is what?
how much you disrespected Kepa, because
No,
I
didn't
think
I
he
didn't
was a
disrespect him.
good goalkeeper, and that's why I got in with you before the stream.
Okay,
He's
okay,
a
look,
good
look.
goalkeeper.
That's why I
He's a
said
good
he's
Yeah,
good.
goalkeeper.
no,
But Mendy
no,
is
man,
great.
sir.
That's it.
He is a good. I said he's a good number 2. Remember those good days when he wasn't even good to be sub?
Yeah.
No,
I think that's
exactly.
That's confidence, though. That's what confidence.
Yeah, I agree. That's what I always said about Kepa. Kepa had a really good first year at his. Even though you said he was crap under Sarri, he wasn't.
I said
He had
It was them Lampard days.
Yes,
But-
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm
but the
saying. I said Lampard situation destroyed Kepa of confidence. I mean, the guy literally
It
was on
wasn't
a
even just
suicide
Kepa.
watch.
I mean, but
Rudiger
that's
as well
what-
destroyed him.
but that's-
Yes,
but that's-
exactly.
But
But
that's on Kepa though, because Kepa was laying long shots on his weak wrist. We're
No,
not
no,
going
no,
to blame that. Like, come on now. I mean,
No, it's
look,
but
how
no,
many-
the thing
He's
is,
still a good goalkeeper, but
I was going to say,
I
and he
didn't, I
needs
didn't
to.
say he's not good.
I hope we
but,
can
I mean,
send
it's
him.
not
a
a hard
heartbreak thing. Let's be real. It was a
We
heartbreak thing.
You do still have to.
He
send
lost
him
his goal. He lost his confidence, and now he feels a lot more confident. Now
Yeah,
he's back
and also
together.
as well is that's the thing is at the time
Same thing will happen to
this is
Christian.
where Lampard is culpable. At the time when you go through something like that and you're low on confidence, you need a guy who's going to put his arm around you and is going to help you like a Tuchel. Whereas Lampard, we saw what his man management like. It's like Mourinho's. It's not surprising that he learned off Mourinho and has taken his type of man management. He was dog shit at it, and it wasn't just Kepa. And so that's where
he was
this
Mourinho.
guy's low on confidence. This guy's low on confidence, and instead of helping him through that, like it never looked like he was helping him through.
Do you guys think we could possibly now sell Kepa in a like?
Yeah, hell yeah.
No, all depends on what the club asks for him, and also you have to take his
the
wages
club will
into
probably
account too.
his amortized value will be around like 40 mil now, isn't it? So
40 million, yeah, hell yeah, bro. He has.
if an offer came, let me just say like this: if an offer came in for 40-45 mil, would you lot take it?
Yes. But I think as well, it kind of depends on who,
but wages,
who else comes in.
But then we're gonna get who?
It
Then we're
depends
gonna
on
get
what
who?
teams come in
And
for
then
him.
we're gonna
And
be
to
like,
me,
oh my god, what do we do if the Mendy
I
gets
mean, Alex,
No, but
Alex,
it's not that
Alex,
deep.
hold on,
The
hold on,
number
hold on.
two, I don't care too
hold on.
much.
You
Wait,
can't.
wait,
Let's
wait.
be honest now. Let's be honest now. We can't really have. Although we're only winging it because we can't get rid of him. You can't really have a goalkeeper that costs this much with this much wages as your second choice. You just can't.
He's on 8
and
years.
Monster,
It's
and
not
Monster,
big.
And
It's
Monster,
It's
like,
what?
look,
8-year contract.
8 years
Yeah,
at 175k a week. Come on, that's
No,
not big.
8 years on 80 mil.
no.
No,
80
no, no,
million,
no.
80 million is this transfer. 80 million is the transfer money they pay to the other club. But his wages, I mean,
didn't pay the
for
other club.
8 years.
He's on like times 3 of what Mendy's on. Times
Yeah,
His,
like
his,
175.
his wages is 155k a week.
That's a lot.
Jeez.
I
For
mean,
a
that's not that
keeper, 150k.
But look,
What
bro,
I'm gonna say,
but what I'm saying about Kepa is that Kepa, look, I feel like now Kepa has a market. We could sell him,
Have
but
to sell, bro.
on Kepa's part, I want to say something on Kepa's part, right? If it's
Not gonna lie,
ambitious,
he's a good
right?
number 2.
No, I want to just say
No,
one.
you have
No, exactly. Look. He's a very good number 2, right? But on Kepa's part, if he's ambitious, I'm pretty sure he's not going to just want to be a number 2 for life. If you're ambitious and be like, so if I'm playing well, I want to be number 1. He might go elsewhere and say, I'm gonna go somewhere to where I'm the number 1 keeper, and that
If
might
the
be
good,
on his
if the good,
list.
yo, Chelsea
some-
fans,
Keep
if
my
the
eyes.
good offer comes in, Chelsea have to sell.
Yeah,
Newcastle. He's actually
also-
going to go to Newcastle. Remember that.
And also-
this.
And
I
also
think we still
considering,
could- I think we still could get a couple of loans out of him.
No, sell, bro. Time
No,
to sell.
the
Time
thing
to go.
is,
Tell it to
The thing is-
Newcastle. Need him.
I actually
Newcastle.
really
this
glad
is
for
a
that.
We're a loan
Newcastle
team.
aren't going to buy him.
They probably aren't.
This
But
is a situation,
have to
right?
No,
sell,
he's
though,
a
like,
Spanish goalkeeper. He's a Spanish goalkeeper.
Yeah, he
You have to
definitely
sell,
has
man.
clout in Spain. I mean, in Spain, he definitely has clout in Spain. I just feel like
The
you should sell
reason
him in
why,
Spain.
and I keep saying the reason why we overpaid, because first of all, that's the time when we go and transitioning from counter-attacking team to the possession team. He's the only one that can play possession team was on the market. Remember that?
We thought he would. He thought he could.
He wasn't.
but, I mean,
He wasn't the only
his-
one, but the problem we
his-
were
his-
left in is
Who's
that
the other one?
you
Allison.
could have
both
gone
play-
and find. You could have. You
We
could have
wanted
gone and
Allison,
found.
but
Allison. First
No,
of
but
all,
by the time
Allison
we
is
went in
not
with
as
Allison,
good on
by
the
the time we
ball.
knew that Courtois wasn't coming back, it was too late.
Also,
Yeah,
the
Allison
biggest
wasn't.
thing-
Allison is not good on the ball with his feet. That's
Yes.
number one.
Yes, I don't know
Yeah,
about
he
that.
is. Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is. Yeah,
No,
he
he's
is.
not.
He's not.
No, he's not. No,
He
he's
is.
not. He got
Yeah,
cut
he
out of
is.
possession
Yeah,
a
he
couple
is,
of times. He
bro.
cannot pass the ball. Is better. He's a better goalkeeper than than
Come on,
Kepa.
Alex. He's
But
very
the
good with the
passing
ball.
is
Alex.
not.
He's very good on the
very
ball.
good.
I mean, it's not.
Also, as well, the biggest thing about all of it as to why we could have
I
found something
didn't finish
better
it yet, but
is that we didn't need to spend 72 mil That was just dumb, and it comes down to not.
What was Marino doing? What the fuck?
It wasn't Marina. It's Courtois. He left us with a couple of weeks until the transfer window.
Go get an English player, English goalie from anywhere, from somewhere. Why would you go pay a Spanish goalkeeper that obviously you can see his profile small,
that can play possession ball,
but that cannot shot stop? Like what? You cannot stop a shot, so you can play possession.
Areola was
but if we play possession and we have a goalkeeper that only can put the foot behind the ball, there's no point of him.
Bro, but at the end of the day,
this is what I say, right?
Hang on. The biggest thing about this is the fact that you had at the time the senior goalkeeping coach, and I know this for a fact, said that he would rather have Areola instead of Kepa because Areola was just as good and taller, so he wouldn't have the long shot issue. That tells you everything.
Who said that? Was that Loshon?
Yes.
When did he say that? Before Kepa came in?
Yes.
Oh, they should have listened to him.
He
was one of the guys that scouted Mendy as well, weren't he?
Hey, Alex.
So why didn't they listen to him?
Alex, you were talking about risk and reward giving contracts. You were talking about risk and reward giving contracts. I mean, that was a big risk giving a goalie that's like small and just because he's good on his feet. That's a
you're risking the goal. You're talking about the goalkeeper injury risk versus defender.
No, it's not about injury.
Is Kepa really that? Wait, hold on. Is Kepa really that good with his feet, though? Let's be honest.
He's not. Thank you. That's what I was about to say.
He's
decent at best. He's not even. It's not.
I can't lie. I found it funny how Plymouth fans were taking a piss out of him. Do you get what I mean? That free kick that they scored, Lukaku should have done better, but so should Kepa.
Yes. Nah.
Yes, he should have done better.
Nah.
It was in the corner.
No one touched it. No one touched it, bro.
Bro, he was not.
Nah, it was Christensen's mistake. It was Christensen. It wasn't Lukaku.
It was a header.
It was Christensen.
No, I don't.
Right.
It was a
Right.
What did you say?
Wait, what?
It was a guy behind.
Yeah, Lewis.
Who hit the ball.
Step up, Lewis.
No, wait. Can everyone stop talking, please? Klasdrev, can we build on this, please? Can we talk? So, how was it AC's fault?
Because he lost his man. Who was it? Gabrielli or what was his name?
This guy's really gonna make me pull up fucking.
No.
He went to with Lukaku.
Hey, wait! Someone said that Mendy.
I mean, it was Lukaku's fault too, though. I mean,
wait, it's
Lukaku. Lukaku didn't knew the man was coming behind in front of him.
Lukaku should have.
Wait, someone said that Kepa's way better than Mendy with his feet. That's a lie.
On a second. Right, so I'm seeing the goal come up here now.
Hold on a second.
Can I just say the biggest thing of all this, right?
No, that's a lie.
That's racism.
Pass range. Kepa over Mendy.
No way. No way.
Klasdrev. No, wait. Everyone stop. Klasdrev, I'd like you to look back at the replays, please. And look at Aspi and please look at Lukaku and then come back to me.
Demanding in the box. He's a better in
commanding what box?
No.
That's Aspi and Lukaku. Why are you trying to
command all box?
I was going to say one of the biggest things about Kepa that we had issue with is that he doesn't command his box. He doesn't come and claim stuff. That was one of the biggest issues we had with him. And also as well, can I just point out, when did the biggest, and this has annoyed me for a few years, when did the most important thing about a goalkeeper become their ball playing ability? When did it not just become keeping the ball out of the goal? Sorry.
Even Scott, even that his ball playing ability isn't. I'm sorry, it's not better than Mendy.
It is better than Mendy's. For me, it's better than Mendy's.
It is, man. It's a fact. Stop.
No. But hang on. The biggest thing, for me, it's better. It's better. It's not much better, but it's better. But again, the biggest thing, I don't care. The thing I care about is being able to keep the ball out of the back of the net. And Mendy is better than Kepa, infinitely better than Kepa.
Yes,
so
and that is yes.
But not
Mendy's better.
Kepa's conceded more goals in terms of his feet from mistakes. Kepa's conceded more goals than Mendy has. That's a fact.
That's because Mendy's a better recoverer now.
That's not what we're talking, Monster. That's not what it is. The passing. How much? What's the name?
Of Kepa making an important pass of something. I mean, I could just give you Mendy, the Champions League finals. The pass to Ben Chilwell was just accurate as hell to for him to get in on his feet and pass it to Mount and Mount to Havertz. I mean,
and I can tell you how much when he passed it to Jorginho, it was lower, and we conceded the goal against it. And I can tell you when Mendy got the penalty instead of clearing.
I know
it's for Jorginho. No, what about the penalty?
No, that's not on Jorginho. That was on whoever the goalkeeper was.
That was on Jorginho.
Because the thing is, Jorginho asked for the pass, but they can see the whole pitch. They can see the whole pitch. All they have to do is see that Jorginho's got someone closing him and don't play him the ball. That's on you playing the ball.
Jorginho asked the number one. Our pace always goes to Jorginho. Jorginho asked for the ball.
All he has to, all Mendy has to do in that situation is see that Jorginho's got a guy closing him. Use common sense. Just because a player calls for the ball doesn't mean you have to pass him the ball. It's common sense.
He is our regista. He's our regista. Everything goes through.
Look.
I bet you can say with a straight face, Monster. You cannot.
We're going to argue about this shit for a long time, but I am not taking that Kepa as a better ball-playing keeper than Mendy. I think Mendy's a better ball. Mendy's no. I'm not going to take that. But we could agree to disagree, I guess. You know what I mean? So
I can tell you that's not the only one thing. Then Mendy, Kepa is better than Mendy.
Penalties.
I want
Bye. That's it.
No.
That's what you have.
What else?
No. What about close range?
Close range
Close
shot stopping Mendy.
Mendy by far, bro. By far.
What are you talking about? Mendy.
What is this? When the bigger goalkeepers are hard to go. How you say?
It's harder to go down, but Mendy,
I know what you mean, but you see Mendy, he's actually for a big keeper, very good at that.
Like, come on now, what?
Listen, it doesn't even matter, man. I think
it doesn't matter exactly because I like Mendy as a goalkeeper better than Kepa. That's a fact. That's not the point.
Okay.
But if we want a Nicky Picky, it's a different kind. But anyway, guys, I gotta go to bed.
Let's talk about how we could throw. Let's talk about how we could throw away Jorginho from this team.
Take care, Alex.
See you guys. See you, everybody, guys. Peace, families, guys. Be careful, guys. See you.
All right, I'm
you don't want to get cooked.
Good night, guys. Good night. I gotta go.
Good night.
Take care, Plazref.
What the hell?
They're in the UK. It's about 6 o'clock. They're in the UK.
Put some respect on Mendy's. I never want to be seen.
We've been streaming for 3 hours. Oh my days.
But Monster, Mendy has to be looking over his shoulder though. I'm never gonna. I took that personal. I'm sorry, bro.
Bro, that shit is
you know what it is, It's just like that's why I always say play the long game, bro. Like, listen, Mendy will shut everyone up. I said yesterday.
He already has. No,
everyone.
He already has.
Like, everyone on the timeline
talking about this
before the penalty shootout. Everyone on the timeline is like, Mendy's gonna embarrass Senegal. Mendy's this. He's shit at penalties. Blah blah. You feel however you feel. But yesterday he won them the penalty shootout. So what are you saying now?
Kepa was trending because of that, bro. It was like, Kepa might be the number one. Mendy will have to fight for his spot. I was like, what?
Fight for what, man?
What?
Look at what someone sent me. Someone sent to me. Yeah, they said, hold on. Let me just say what they said.
It was hilarious.
They said, are you saying with your chest it's a good penalty? Talking about a penalty Mendy saved.
Now is this.
They're using every excuse to discredit.
I was going to say, Monster. Do you know what's mad about that? No one talks about it. Who was it that missed for Senegal? No one talks about the fact that penalty was shit. It's only the one that Mendy saved. No one talked about how the penalty from Senegal was shit and about how that was an easy save.
Next thing you know, there's going to be a hole in the ground. There's a hole in the ground. Next thing you know, everything but Mendy saved the penalty.
Scott, they'll make every excuse to bring down Mendy, man. It's
apparently a goalkeeper that dives the right way.
Man, shut up, C1.
A penalty that's on target is a good save. It's only when Mendy hold on. It's only when Mendy saves the penalty that it's a bad penalty.
Can I also just mention real quick that 2 days ago, Kepa saved that terrible penalty. And we gave him praise for it. That was a horrible penalty Kepa saved.
I would never discredit a goalkeeper with saying it's a terrible penalty. It's all about a penalty is only so terrible when a goalkeeper dives the right way and saves it. If it's not, it will be like you see when Aguero tried to do the cheeky little chip If Mendy had dived out
I
the way,
forgot
everyone would be,
about that.
everyone
Yeah,
would
yeah,
be,
yeah.
hold on.
Exactly.
Everyone will be praising Aguero, saying that it was intuitive and it was mad skillful that he tried that or he did it. But Mendy saves it. Oh, it's a bad penalty. Man, shut your bitch asses up, man. He saved it.
Bro,
He's the best goalkeeper in the world.
I want
Shut
to
your
use
mouth.
the R
Go.
word. I don't want
Mendy
to
for
use the
Ballon
R
d'Or.
word.
We're here.
I don't want to use the R word, but I mean, there's a little sprinkle of that in here, bro. They keep
I will.
telling me about the R word, you know,
Clearly.
racism. There's a little sprinkle of everything. I mean, come on now.
That's why I said it earlier. That's why I said it.
There's
That's what it
sprinkle of
is.
El Racismo, bro. I can smell it from here.
I
Like, I
see.
feel like he has to.
Hey.
I feel like he
I
has
said you
to
could
hop
smell the
over.
Stellas and the cigarettes from a mile out.
Like,
It's all mad.
bro.
And put some respect
like
on my
it-
goalkeeper, man. Mendy's the best goalkeeper in the world.
Like what the
Eat
hell?
that,
I feel
bro.
like he has
Eat
to
that.
hop over so many
And you
bumps,
see
hop
Oblak
over so
got
many
four in his
hurdles
head.
for him to be recognized. And it was racism as hell, giving Donnarumma the Yashin or whatever that word is. It's stupid as hell. I mean, Donnarumma, come on now.
Bro, when
this
Lewis
game,
on
Man,
front,
why you gotta give me everything
They
about
gave it to
race? Oh my
Donnarumma.
god.
They gave it to Donnarumma because he won the Euros. Well, Mendy's won AFCON now, and he won the best
AFCON and
goalkeeper.
UEFA Champions League. I mean, come on now,
He
bro.
won
It's
everything now. He
He
saved
won
and he saved
everything.
the penalty. He saved the penalty like Donnarumma to win the tournament, right? So,
Yo, Babalao.
What
I
we
bet
doing,
you
bro?
now they're gonna be like,
now
oh
you gotta give
man,
him the
why you
Ballon
guys gotta
d'Or.
make everything about race, man?
Yo,
It's,
why
I
they
mean, I
giving?
don't
Why
care.
they
You
giving?
can say that,
Why
but
were
trust
they
me,
giving
bro.
No, I'm
Donnarumma
just saying.
credit
I'm just
when
being
No,
like
Saka let his
no, I
country
sarcastic.
know what you mean. I know what you mean. They can say that, but like, I mean,
Didn't it?
you gotta understand.
Didn't it?
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
No
just
one
mad.
said there was a bad pen for Saka.
That was a shit pen. Saka let his country down. He didn't really. Donnarumma didn't really save nothing, man.
Right, man.
He didn't deserve that.
He let his country down.
I love
Nah,
that
leave
song,
it, bro.
bro.
They just don't want to give Mendy the credit. Listen, I don't care anyway. I don't need you. He don't need you fuckers credit. He just needs to keep doing what he's doing.
Now we're coming
Yeah.
for it, though. We don't need it, but we're coming for it.
Back
Ballon
to
d'Or.
back to back Champions League. We're
coming for
it.
Yeah,
Nah,
bro.
wait,
Respect
that
my
ain't happening.
goalkeeper, man.
You got Daniel.
Hey,
Listen,
hey, I called it. I called it right here. Back to back Champions League.
Bro, it ain't happening. You might want to just chill.
Look, all right, we'll see.
I
Hey,
wish it
Lukaku-
was.
yo, I looked at the
Lukaku scored
pictures though.
winning
Man, you
goal.
could catch us, bro.
Lukaku
don't
Scott. They play
Who?
Burnley, Southampton,
If Manchester
some
United
other
catch us,
team.
we
Bro,
gotta have a
these
conversation
guys
about
couldn't
someone's
fucking beat Middlesbrough with their best team.
These fuckers couldn't catch a
We
cold, let
almost
alone
lost to
Chelsea.
Plymouth
You ain't gotta worry
Argyle.
about that. Fuck
These
them.
guys,
have a
one
conversation about
bad
someone's
injury,
football.
one bad injury to any one of their attackers, and they're fucked.
Who's that? Arsenal, Man United.
United.
Oh
One
yeah, they're
bad
way for
injury to
thin,
any
innit?
one of their attackers, and they're fucked.
Mason Greenwood
They're
is
way
already
for
in
thin.
jail. If another person
Oh,
goes
did you?
down, then it's over.
Actually, let me not speak about that. Yeah, they're way for thin.
we
man.
ain't
They're
gonna
way
talk
for
about Greenwood. Fuck Greenwood when we move.
Oh yeah, I was gonna
Fuck
say
Mendy, man.
them.
Let's go.
They're basically they're asking fans. They're sending emails out to fans to return the Greenwood shirts. So
Yeah, and you know the maddest thing is, it's not even this season's ones. You could have bought one 2 years ago. They'll take it back and give you this season's. They're wiping him clear of the United.
They did that
record.
with.
He don't
They did that
exist
for
no more.
Courtois, didn't they?
Nah, not for Courtois. At the most,
No,
they
no.
probably would have returned shirts from that season, but not overall.
Yeah, Greenwood is an idiot.
And it
bro.
would have
He's
had
an
to have been
idiot.
bought from the Chelsea megastore too.
Bobby,
Yeah,
it's not
Like,
it's
if
just
you're
it's
good-
all
yeah.
Greenwood. I saw an email, like not me, but I saw someone show me an email like they're offering a refund, or not a refund, for them to trade in a shirt with another player's name at the back. It's mad.
Screw
It's looking
Ronaldo,
peak.
Frednecke.
It's peak.
Yep.
Fuck Ronaldo, man.
Fucker
But
did
yeah.
it to himself, bro.
Fuck Manchester United, man.
Peak, bro.
Whatever, bro. That's crazy.
I
I
just
think
want to
that's
quickly
something.
touch up
Yeah,
on
we knew that would trigger Go AM. Chris
Well,
Brown
why are you
dropping
talking
a new
about this
single
stuff, man?
soon.
Aren't you
Heard
Brexit?
it hits hard. You are unbelievable. You are actually unbelievable. man. I
Hey, Chris
swear
Brown,
now.
Get rice.
This
weren't
guy.
really, he weren't on Greenwood's wave though. He was more on the Undoken wave. You get what I mean?
Oh my
I
god.
don't mean to like.
Wait,
So
hey,
I
hey.
haven't been reading into the Greenwood case, but like the evidence is like clearly like he.
He
But the
did.
evidence is bait. Well,
He did.
we don't need to talk. We don't need.
I don't even care about
Because
Greenwood, but
I normally
because
look what happened to Cho, bro.
So
I don't know.
So
but I don't know what happened. So
the evidence is on the timeline or just online.
Yeah, bro,
have a
but,
look at it,
let's-
make your own decision. But we aren't going to call anyone anything on here other than a prick because we're not doing contempt of court.
Yes.
I'm not
We
asking
ain't
that.
doing-
innocent until proven guilty.
I am not going to court because
Sure,
like
Mendy,
one of these
sure,
streams will
Mendy.
fuck me up sooner or
Read the
later.
black.
The way we keep going.
All
Nah,
right,
you're
fair enough.
See, I just want to quickly touch upon the
One sec, go on, VJ.
goalkeeper.
You said
Yeah, I
both?
just wanted to.
Go
Okay,
ahead, my
so
bad, my bad.
no worries, no worries. On the goalkeeper situation, like Kepa and Mendy, one thing that I realize is that we've got two exceptional goalkeepers, and sometimes we become, more reactionary on the performance that we, see from each of them. Both of them trying to prove their worth and all of that. But Mendy should have basically done something which can actually point to us saying that Kepa deserves to start this game because Mendy was not doing better in these games, right? And that has happened. That has not happened yet, and that's the reason why I think Mendy should be starting. Doesn't matter if Kepa has put up exceptional performance. It's not that Mendy should have, given bad performance for him to be dropped, and going to AFCON shouldn't be a punishment, basically, right?
Yeah, VJ, because you're actually thinking with logics and clear facts. Other people are just thinking with what we say.
With a lot of another
vibes.
intent,
Anybody
like,
clearly with a brain could see that. Okay, man.
because they know the small Spanish goalkeeper with a pretty girlfriend, So they're like, he has a pretty girlfriend, so he's worthy to be Chelsea's number one. I mean, I don't understand, man. Like,
I don't get why. Listen to people. It's not a democracy. This is not even up for debate. This is straight dictatorship. He's the head of state for that
100%.
position.
I remember one.
Wait, hold on. Kepa was number one. Mendy came in, with a military coup and got him the F out of there, innit? Now Mendy's number one, man. Stop the debates. It's not up for debate.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm done with that debate. I was talking about Sule Mendy versus Rice now because that's the debate. Like, who are we bringing in to get Jorginho
We
out
are
of
not
here?
spending 100 million on Bassman.
Now, who are we replacing Christian? How are we replacing Christensen though? Like, we need to talk about that.
We are not replacing him. He's signing a 7-year contract.
Sule went to BBB. Thank God.
Yeah, don't worry. And AC is going to be signing with the champions of the year.
And he's going to be signing with Barcelona.
Nah, man.
Someone said, let's talk about, Prime's taking a piss. What kind of name is that, bro?
Why, bro?
Yo, Dan, you see that? Oh,
I'm impressed with you guys.
I just clocked it now.
We're going to cut in 5 minutes as well, but come on, Prime. What are you saying?
I'm not reading that. Frank, so what?
Nah, just disrespectful at this point.
No,
you got to say, Prime, though, you really got to say the manager. Because people got to, separate the player from the manager.
Nah, but he's not a bum as a manager either. He's not a bum.
You rate him as a manager.
As a manager, he's a bum?
You rate him as a manager, Monster.
He changes that. I said.
Do you rate him as a manager?
It's tough to. I don't listen. It's tough to rate him. Like he's not. He's only had 2 seasons, so it's you can't really judge right now.
So right now,
he's exactly what we expected of him. Well, he did more. I didn't think he'd make top.
Would you say an academy player that's not?
Maybe I'm not a bum.
Yeah, you won't say he's a bum.
He just wasn't Chelsea quality to take us the biggest trophies, and that's it. But he took us to a point where we could aim for that, and that was what we used him.
I mean, his man management skills is pretty terrible.
Yeah, his management skills weren't good enough. But his talent ID was.
You could call it terrible. I call it ruthless. He wanted Alonso was having a trash ass game.
He's not
hold on,
ruthless.
let me
He
say
was
something.
shit.
Alonso,
I wasn't ruthless.
Alonso was having a trash ass game. He told his ass to get off the pitch. Alonso went to the bus, and we never saw Alonso again. Yeah, stay on the bus. You're not coming back outside.
Yeah, Alonso's shit, but we nearly lost like the Jorginho and Kovacic to him.
I was gonna say he managed to do this with half the squad. So
nah, we didn't have the squad, man.
Listen, half the squad. That's cap
It was
again.
was that 7 to 10 players, bro.
Now, where Lampard got it wrong, where Lampard got it wrong was he tried to ice. Hold on.
You want to sell 7 to 10 players, man. Listen, y'all keep disrespecting.
No, but
hold on, y'all keep disrespecting the GOAT. Hold on.
Wait, Daniel,
disrespecting the GOAT and talking about I'm splitting the manager from the play. Shut up. There is no split.
Yeah,
Daniel,
there
you know
is.
what it is?
There is.
You know what it
It's the same
is?
person. It's
Hold on,
literally
hold
the
on.
same
It's
guy.
not.
Emotional.
It's
The
not.
issue
Literally
is,
And
the
this
same guy.
sentiment thing. Can I just say
hold
this
on.
sentiment thing is the same thing that United fans did with Ollie. It's the same thing Arsenal fans
What
do
It's
with
not
sentiment?
because
He's
They
not
Ole is
can't
here
not
split.
at the
anymore.
same
They
level
can't
as
split.
Lampard.
What
They
No,
can't
Wait,
sentiment?
split.
Huh?
you
What
can't
They
do
can't
sentiment? He's
sentiment
not
split.
Just
here.
They
because you're a
can't
great player
split.
don't make you a
Arteta
great
is
Player,
shit,
manager.
the
bro.
I'm
manager.
only saying
He
he's
was
a
an
great
incredible player.
manager, though.
He's arguably one of the best
But
midfielders
that's what
that,
we're
that
saying.
Premier
The
League's ever
split
seen.
bad.
No, you're
You
not
gotta
listening to
split
what
it
I'm
though.
trying to
As a
say. You're
manager,
not
he's
listening to what I'm
split.
trying to say.
Dan,
Lampard the
Dan and
player,
Wolf.
One at a
Dan and Wolf.
Lampard the
time,
player, and
Dan and
please.
Lampard the
Wolf.
manager aren't here anymore, right? So if you choose to focus on both of them are not here. If you choose to focus on Lampard the manager to be edgy, you're a dickhead. I'm sorry.
Right. Exactly.
Wait,
Because neither of them are here. The manager isn't
Wait,
here. The player isn't here.
so
So
we're
you
wait,
can
not
Dan,
choose to
focusing
focus
on
on.
that
you're
though. We're
saying
just
So if you
saying
choose to
the
focus
topic
on the
came up.
manager and you call, you're a dickhead to me. I'm
so
sorry.
Dan, you're saying
Like,
Prime is a
look.
dickhead.
I mean, he knows that.
Bro,
he
it's just
knows
personal
that.
to you,
He's
man.
doing it on purpose too. That's why I didn't
Bro,
even.
my
He
dog wants to
does it
go
on
off
He
purpose.
did
He
it to
likes
trigger
trolling.
you, bro.
He likes
Danny,
triggering people.
Danny, can I ask you a question?
My butt boy
Probably
Daniel's about to fight.
no. See, this is the question.
Do you guys want me to talk or no?
Man, you couldn't pay me to fight over this.
No, I'm not fighting with you. I'm definitely not
You
fighting
get
with
so
you.
mad over.
Do you want
Danny,
me
the
to
question.
talk or no?
Yeah, go on.
I changed it because like 10 minutes ago you guys were talking about him and I thought people would notice. You didn't. I forgot about it. And you guys brought it up and you're trying to fight
That
about
background.
it. Like it's a big deal or whatever. Well, like you should separate the fact because Frank as a player is our best ever. But as a manager, for us, he was awful. You should separate the fact. Don't use emotion to cloud your judgment. But we're different people, so whatever it is, what it is. So yeah, whatever. Continue with the stream. Sorry,
What were you saying?
Okay. So Danny, this is the question, right?
That was facts.
Instead of having it as probably a debate as to if Lampard is bad or good or something like that, if you would want to provide a constructive criticism for Danny, right? Yeah, sorry. If you would want to provide a constructive criticism for Lampard, he's taken up an Everton job now. Going forward, he might even get to Chelsea. What would you like to see improve for Lampard? Right. That's probably how you'll have to look at it. Like, did you get the point?
Here?
No,
I'm just saying.
100%. How does me writing Frank is a bum? How does that do that? Is that criticism? What is that?
Okay, my question was nowhere related to what about.
No, but I hear what you're saying. I understand that, but that's not what happened. So your question is not relevant to what's happening.
Now, my question was basically on, like when people were actually talking about we shouldn't be looking at it from an emotional perspective. This is exactly what I was, getting at. Like sometimes it's not about emotional perspective, but if you want to give a constructive criticism, there's still a forum for that, right? You could still go ahead and do that where you don't actually hint at him being a bad player or a bad manager. But then if there is a constructive criticism that you can actually provide to him, which will probably improve him going forward in the career. Of course, he's not going to be listening to the stream. That's altogether a different, thing altogether. But then there are certain things or certain aspects in his management that can be improved, right?
There are a lot of aspects.
But can I ask one question?
There are a lot of aspects, but you're listen. There's no emotional reaction to you saying that. You can say there's a lot he has to improve on. A lot.
I think the number one problem Lampard had here was that I could see was him isolate. To me, the biggest issue was him isolating the senior players. But then when he was in the deep end of shit, he went back to them. And you know how it went from then on. If he should have if you isolate them, but you can't isolate them. And when it's going bad for you, you go back to them. That's
facts. You're flip-flopping like you, monster.
Could we say like Lampard?
Hey, Daniel, Oscar's clear, blood.
Went from Shumeni to Rice.
Could we say Lampard was the?
Nah, I love Shumeni, bro.
Streets won't forget.
I love Shumeni. He's clear of Kaka. What's that guy's name? Kaka what?
He's a baller, man.
What's the other guy's name? The one that plays centre back at Barcelona.
Hey,
the blonde head.
Monster, don't try this. Bro.
Frankie De Jong.
Hey, the man in my head on De Jong here, but when he goes to Bayern,
yeah, that guy.
Daniel, go to Bayern, bro. No one cares, bro. Like, you ain't scaring nobody. Like,
you heard that, Lewis? Go to Bayern, bro. No one cares.
We ain't scared. We ain't
talking about AC.
These
Nah, I
guys
wasn't
think
talking
if
about
Frankie
AC.
De Jong goes to Bayern, we're gonna be
Nah,
scared.
we're talking
Like,
about
don't
AC
scare
too,
us.
though. No one
I'm
cares.
unmoved, bro. Once he goes to Bayern,
Ah,
okay.
man, get AC out of your heads. You're turning into Gem. Come
that
on,
mean?
man.
These guys think we care about De Jong going Bayern. Yeah, let him go, bro.
Monster, you're on the payroll, boss, man.
No, I just don't want that bump.
But
Yeah.
look, can I say something about just Lampard real quick though? I just want to say, like, out of every manager we've had under the Roman era, can you say wait? Can I just say something? I said, Lampard in the best. I mean, could we say Lampard was in the worst situation out of every manager we've had under the Roman era? Like, situation wise, was he in the best situation? Like, out of everybody, it's under Roman though.
In the first season, yes. In the second season, not necessarily.
And then who's has had like a worse situation under Roman from like compared to Lampard's second season?
I mean, it depends on how you like
because
look
we're
at.
quick to say that he's the worst manager in Chelsea's history. In Chelsea's history, right? We say that like a lot of people say that.
No, and he's the worst. He's the worst manager in the Roman. He's the worst manager in the Roman era statistically.
Hold on.
Was the situation the best?
In terms of the situation,
was AVB in the best situation? Like, I don't think he was.
No, AVB statistically is better than Lampard.
No, he's not.
Let's talk about situation.
For Chelsea, yeah,
the
statistically.
situation that he was facing in Chelsea, though.
Yeah, because he had half the time.
What a better situation, bro? In Chelsea, I mean,
you can argue. You can make a legitimate.
You can't say somebody's statistically better if they get fired halfway through their first season. It's like, yeah, you got a little bit better, but you didn't even finish your first season. So this, like, stats wise, he's the worst. It doesn't make sense to me. Like, it's not really a valid argument.
It depends though, because even Scolari, Scolari was what, third when he got sacked? I believe he was third place. He was sacked ruthlessly because during that time the expectations on his head
Champions League
was way bigger. Hold on. Because you got to remember, it's different because Lampard's expectations weren't as high as, say, a Scolari or even Ancelotti before he was sacked. When Ancelotti was sacked, he was simply sacked because he didn't win the Champions League. Expectations
look,
high during that time.
You bring it Ancelotti in. Ancelotti, who is already a European champion. Of course, his expectation is going to be high. Of course, the expectation is going to be off through the roof. And if he comes here and we had so trashed in the Champions League that year, I mean, he had to go. I mean, that's how Roma was thinking.
I don't know if we were that trash.
Where 2010 Champions League, bro. I mean, that's the year. That's the year Inter won.
2010, we lost to the champions, bro.
We got knocked out by Inter.
Okay, yeah, we lost against Inter.
2011, I believe it was Man United that knocked us out. But
yeah,
I don't think
around the Christmas period.
I was talking about 2 months without a win. That's what I was talking about.
But we finished. We finished second though. We finished second. Imagine finishing.
Yeah, but then I feel like there was bottle jobs around us though, because we were fifth at some point, and then we managed to scrape it up. That's why it was so easy for United to win it, despite having the lowest points total for a winning team at that time.
Right.
No, but come on, man. It's still second place. But Roman at the time, he just wanted the Champions League, so he was just going through manager. He can't win the Champions League. Get out of here. That was Roman's faults during that time.
He was taking the PSG route, or the PSG look at things.
Basically, yeah.
I mean, that was his route first before any other person. No one was firing managers like that.
But the thing is, on your Babs, on your original question, like the whole, what do you class as the whole situation? Because I can make an argument that the situation. I can make an argument that the situation Tuchel is in right now is worse than Lampard's second season.
I would never say that. That's honestly that's cap because
why?
Look, right?
Because look at what Lampard got.
Everybody wants to say like hold on. Let me just say something about that comment, right? Everyone always use the he spent 300. You know, they don't even say the club spent. They always say Lampard spent 200 million on this attacking players, right? They always say that. So like, mind you, right? These are the same attacking players that are here right now that we all saying they suck.
With.
No. Yeah, exactly. That we say, and forget the Champions League. The Champions League was a one-off thing. It was great. We love it. But it was like a band-aid to what is really going on. So we're talking about it's the same attackers right now. And not even their first year. No adaptation going on now. This is their second or third year for most of these players. So we were blaming Lampard for these players not working on the first in their first season over here, and we're blaming it all on Lampard. Lampard is not doing everything to get the best out of them. Really, that's another reason why they brought Tuchel here, to get the best out of off his German players and the Werner and Havertz here. But could we say he's getting the best out of them right now? No. We've all agreed to say, okay, maybe they're. Oh yeah, exactly. We came to that conclusion that Werner is trash. But as we came to that conclusion, Werner was trash. Lampard's first season, after he cleared the ball off the line from Giroud, he became a defender. Like, since then, I was like, bro, this dude is going to get Lampard fired. Now, I'm not saying Lampard was the best coach or best manager. I mean, hell, we brought Sule here, which obviously became a good thing. We could see 2020's hindsight. But saying Lampard is a bum, like, it's just so freaking, going to
listen. Here's the context I tried to put things in. Right.
Last point's gonna wrap up.
The first season when he came in, he lost our greatest player ever, if you will. Some people call him that, or our best player for those 5 years.
Our most talented player ever. Yeah.
Right. The best player for he contributed to 55% of our goals the previous year. Now we lose him. We lose all the experience. I mean, you lose Luis, all those guys, and you have Pulisic come in, who prior to that year hadn't even scored 5 goals before that. Right? He's the only new player who didn't play the previous year that came in. Pulisic. That was it. So he came in, and Lamps used his youth players. Blah blah blah. He finished 6 points lower than what we finished the previous year. 2 wins low. Actually, same amount of wins, 12 wins, and 6 points lower. So you can't achieve that and then you're a bum because he finished on 66 points. Okay, sorry, he was 72 and he had Hazard. The second season was bad, but we've seen worse second seasons from our greatest ever manager. We've seen worse.
No, that was a terrible.
Nah, but those are different again.
You know what I'm saying? So like the second season wasn't just based on his tactics, blah blah blah. There was internal things that happened, but that just happened with a lot of our managers.
You can't use Mourinho as a point because Mourinho's situation is different, whereby the players down tools on. If the players down tools on Lampard, where do you think he would have finished?
Wait, hold up.
So they didn't down tools. The senior players that he brought back in didn't down tools.
Not in the first season, they didn't.
I'm talking about the second season, bro. Like I said, he had a bad second season, just like our greatest ever manager made us finish 10th. He had us in 17th.
Hey, and
when he got fired.
Wait, hold on.
That was third season.
Oh, sorry, third season. It's even worse. He had us choking at that point, and we had a world class team at that point too.
He didn't have us choking, bro. They down tools on him, bro. That's all it was.
What do you mean? Stop doing this bullshit. We blame Lampard for the reaction what he did with Rudiger and the rest
Diego
of them.
Exactly.
So we blame Mourinho for the exact same thing. Like you're making excuses now.
Rudiger, wait. When we were in poor form, hold on. When we were in poor form, Rudiger weren't even playing, bro.
We blame Lampard for isolating him. Are you listening to me or not listening?
What are we talking? Because the difference between
who do we blame for isolating Hazard and Costa and Fabregas and the rest of them?
Oh, those guys. Remember with Mourinho, when they were down tools, Mourinho was playing them anyway. With Lampard, those guys you mentioned, they weren't even playing, bro. They were on the bench
because they were not.
So, okay, you're right. It's not Mourinho's fault that they down tool. It was their fault.
If down tools, bro, as a football, I'm sorry, like as a footballer, it's a down tools. It's just unprofessional by all means necessary. It doesn't matter how bad.
It's all the players' fault that he's done it everywhere he's gone. It's their fault.
No, it's not. That's not true though, because it didn't happen. Did it happen at Inter Milan or Porto? Did it happen there?
Boy, Monster, let me tell you something. I remember I was watching some interview.
It didn't happen at Real Madrid and Manchester United. Okay, so 3 out of 5.
It happened there.
And Spurs.
Or you said
4 out of 6.
Bro, Spurs are just shit. Spurs are just shit.
No, hold on.
Down tools.
And then when it happens in Roma too, then it'll be 5 out of 7, and then you can maybe listen. Right? Okay. 5 out of 7. That's a good ratio.
We'll see. You saw those players. They snaked Mourinho. That's all it was. They snaked him, bro.
Snaking, bro, because they didn't snake any other manager.
I'll give you a perfect example. That season, when things were going bad, because I remember this and I was analyzing the game. Watch Diego Costa. During them times, he wouldn't get in the box. As soon as Mourinho was sacked and Hidden came in, all of a sudden Diego Costa was in a box.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember the Chelsea-Norwich game when we won 1-0. Everyone was hounding Costa until he scored because of that. Because Hazard
wouldn't get in the box. They knew what they were doing. They knew what they were doing.
No, I agree with
you. They just woke up and chose to do that. Come on, he forced them to do that.
He didn't. What?
No, he didn't.
He's a
Here's
dickhead.
another thing.
Know
Here's
that.
another thing as well. Wait, because I've got a wrap up on Mourinho too as well. So, remember I don't know if you guys remember Cesc Fabregas when we drew 0-0 with Tottenham, and against the Bournemouth when we lost 1-0. For Cesc Fabregas, one of the best passers of all time, he couldn't pass wind in those 2 games. Literally misplaced everything. Short passes, long passes. They defo were against him.
Bro,
Final
point.
He was against us, bro.
Lewis, I just want to say one thing. Wait, okay.
Like I said, people
there
get hella
has to be a reason, right? So what is the reason why they were against him? So they didn't like they liked Mourinho 2 years before. Then all of a sudden I hate Mourinho now. 3 of us, let's go against him. What was the reason? I mean, since you guys know they were against him,
was he a harsh coach? Of course, he was harsh.
Coach. I remember you guys.
No, he was a dickhead, bro. Like,
what are you talking about?
It's not that hard to say, bro. It's not that hard to admit.
He was. Listen.
Hold up. Wait, Monster. Let me just say one thing, bro. You just said he was a harsh coach. I remember about last stream. And when we're talking about these attackers came out and said Tuchel was brutal to them. You guys were like, oh, they're crying. Why are you crying that Tuchel is brutal to them? You just play. That's how coaches talk. Now you telling me that Mourinho was brutal to them and they don't have a right to be mad at that? Now
I never said no. Chelsea Babs. I never listened because I spoke. I don't know if I didn't come on here when that talk of Tuchel, whatever. I've always stated
not
players.
From you, bro. I'm just saying from the other guys.
I've always stated players have and I've said this on countless streams, and players have every right to feel how they want to feel. Do you get what I mean? They're human, so they can have their emotions. But then it's another thing when you're purposely not performing or purposely not giving something because you feel a certain type of way about a manager or whatever. Those players were good enough. That's why they literally won the league the next season under Conte. They down tools on purpose, bro.
But there's a context to everything. What's the reason why they were down tool of managers that won them the Premier League the year before? Then the next season they don't want him no more. What could be the reason for?
Well, bro, you don't down tools though.
I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. From them, it's really unprofessional, right? But I'm saying there's a reason why 3 of them, 3 main players.
I know this.
Costa and Hazard, but messed up like that. What could be the reason from Mourinho being a very great manager?
Fans, I agree with you. Like in terms of Mourinho
to the Eva situation.
Mourinho was
he was beefing our freaking medic, man. Look at this guy, bro.
Right,
he's from that ilk. He's from that ilk here. He's from that ilk of managers that would, they
MMA fighters.
No, understandable, bro. Like someone like Lampard said, he loved it. I mean, he came in 2005. He made Lampard his confidence. Confidence went so high. I mean, his best season ever was 2005. I mean, I guess that's where he got his kind of like man management skills from or whatever. But my point is, but my point is like, look, I mean, so it's terrible, but at the end of the day, you cannot really man manage every player the same way. These guys are all different. You gotta know that some guys that you put a hand around them, and some guys that you're hard to them. But
the thing is, do you guys not believe
if
they didn't down tools, was that team good enough to win the Prem? They probably Leicester wouldn't even won that Prem. Or they down tools?
Hell yeah! But I mean, I'm not going. Okay, you can say that, but I'm not just going to only blame it on the players. It's something from the coach that, Mourinho probably did something wrong to them too. I mean, but sorry, go ahead, man.
Yeah, Miguel says, I see Lamps as Ranieri. He brought up youth players that were instrumental to winning their second CL. Also, no other manager comes to transfer ban. Yeah, Lampard did the job that was required of him, and when it came too big for him, we just got rid of him. I don't think it's that deep. But guys, I do have to wrap up the stream anyway. We've been going for like over 3.5 hours. It's felt like the Lampard in and out discussions. But yes, big up everyone that's locked in. We'll be back tomorrow for, I think, Al Hilal previews going into the Club World Cup semi-finals.
Al Hilal,
same time as usual.
Chelsea fans need to stop being shook, or we're beating the brakes off them lot. I don't know why everyone's suddenly like,
Al Hilal 0.
Because of Pereira, bro.
No, it's because of our attack. That's why, and just the way we've been playing.
We set up our attack to win more, man. Tuchel should start saying our attack like we're playing against Barcelona every time, man. We're playing against a small team. Set your attack to win. Like that's all I'm gonna say. Like he plays everybody like we're playing against Barcelona,
bro.
No, that's not it. That's not it. Because nobody blames Tuchel on anything. Nobody. Everything is on every other person, but like the main manager that is setting everybody up. I understand, like everything's not on him, but I mean, come on now, set your team like you want to play. You're playing against a small team. Now
He
you're playing
said
against
almost
Bayern Munich
every
every
team
Sunday.
possible, bro.
Guys, I'm
That's
wrapping
it.
up.
That's all
I'd
I'm saying.
recommend.
Hey, wrap up, Lewis. Wrap up.
No,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
final point.
You guys can have
on
this
that,
talk backstage.
no.
Big up everyone. Up the Chelsea.
Oh,
Go on,
Lewis